is on.
Whew. I'm really disappointed that Newbie didn't go into the hot room. Everyone else also agree with me that it's disappointing that Newbie didn't enter the hot room.
Newbie, you should go in the hot room.
What if there's treasure in the hot room?
There could have been treasure in the hot room, Newbie.
It's the only part of the station that wasn't overrun with bees.
It was also overrun with being hot. It was overrun with temperature, and no one decided that temperature was a good place to hang out with and enjoy the presence of.
I don't get paid enough for this.
That's fair. This is bullying. Now, before we actually do anything, I'm just going to tell you right here and now, if you've not already done so, spend your repairs for your short rest and whatnot. Just get that stuff out of the way, heal up as you do, or not. It's up to you. Keep in mind that this is the only other mission encounter in this mission, so feel free to spend them all. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Hey, how does that work? It's been like a month and a half since I read how to do repairs, and I've never had to do them.
Unless you have the Everest, I believe it's just 2 repairs off of your current stack on your sheet, and then just give yourself full health.
It's two repairs for every structure repaired is the idea.
1 repair gives you full HP. 2 repairs to recover a structure, and I think also 2 repairs to restore a broken system.
I believe so, yes. So in the case of Moral Hazard, which I think the only downside you had was you lost 1 structure. You spend the 2 repairs on...
And I have 2 repair, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you're back up to full, no problem. I believe everyone else needs to, like... I think Middle Management Blues has 1 structure damage as well, but everyone else is otherwise fine.
Yeah.
And someone lost the system, right? Someone had a weapon rack.
I lost my assault rifle, but I fixed that, so.
Yeah. IPSN mechs generally have reasonable amounts of repairs available to them, if I remember right. One of the fun things about I believe it's the Lancaster. I think the Lancaster comes with like 8 repairs, and it can actually give them to other people if it wants to.
Yeah, the horse mech is pretty fun like that.
Okay, well, so last time was the first mission in this License Level 2 mission, first encounter in this License Level 2 mission over here, which was investigating a strange blackout of communication in a mining space station, which turns out it was bees! Space bees. Cryptid space bees around Chumbort. Bees real. You have definitive proof of bees. If you spread that stuff to to the scientific communities of Chumbort, they're gonna fucking love it. They're gonna be all about that stuff.
Yeah, they're gonna be all abuzz.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll enjoy the footage of me just blowing the face off of the queen bee.
Hey, listen, there's extenuating circumstances, okay? It's fine.
Also, yeah, they're going to enjoy fresh tape of a good Squatch hunt.
Yeah, exactly. And otherwise, there was an additional team that was in here. It turns out the bee was intelligent enough to be able to remotely pilot every single one of those mechs on board here, turning them all into like elite, or at least veteran, I forget which one it was, RPVs and everything, which is really, really impressive. Every single person who was on this ship got eaten by bees, it seems like. That wasn't fun. And it was also eating up the uranium on here.
The scientists are probably like thrilled about the new information, a little upset that we killed the terrifying thing, but also pretty relieved that we killed the terrifying thing. Because I can't imagine too many people would be like, oh, a zombie bee queen that just turns mechs on and kills people with them? Great. 1 more for the road.
I don't know
Yes,
what
please.
scientists you know that wouldn't immediately want to capture and research this anyway.
Combat data.
And
Well,
there's
I'm sure,
one...
like I said, they're a little sad still, even if it was 1,000% suicidal sadness.
And there's one last thing I'm going to point out here as an apology to the viewers and also to the players, which have already received the apology before. I overlooked something on the Hive mech earlier, the Hive mech when I was designing that encounter. I didn't manage to realize that there was the drone tag on the Razor Swarm that it can deploy, which means that every single one of those should have had like 5 life. They were not indestructible, actually. They were in fact quite fragile. I fucked up. I'm
That's
not
a
going to overlook
chumbo.
that again. That was extremely a chumbo,
It's
100%.
all right. That just means we turned on like one of the really difficult Halo skulls before we went.
Yeah, we did the
Yeah.
bonus objective.
100%.
Indestructible skull.
Defeated the Swarm Queen without stepping on any ants.
Yeah, that's a Shivo.
That's definitely a Chivo. Yeah, you got there. Chivo unlocked. That was like a silver trophy. Not a gold trophy, but a silver trophy. All right. And then next step on this was to go save basically your coworkers who have been pinned down on the planet Chumbort, down that you're currently orbiting around, which is a larger than Earth size, larger than Kratos. It's a super Earth basically, that is mostly swamp with highly active storms. It's high gravity, although not so high gravity that like it actually has high gravity mechanical effects in the game, because those aren't particularly fun. So I'm going to ignore them. And dangerous flora and fauna, and also dangerous storms that are going on like all the time. It's Space Florida and it sucks. And you got to go down there to go save your butts. You are basically receiving at any given time a you received a short like what do you call it? SOS. Alert signal. There's a term for this in sci-fi. I'm trying to distress signal. There it is. You're receiving a distress signal from that location that you basically know exactly where they are, which is good because if you didn't know exactly where they were, you'd be fucked. Planet's big and it's a swamp.
120% Earth at 120% temperature, 120% humidity.
120% gravity, 120% everything.
120% alligators.
120% Florida is the worst dojin I've ever read.
Normally you drop onto a planet, you got a 50-50 chance of precipitation.
We've got like a natural ecosystem where every single one of these swamps has a car battery in it. We're not entirely sure how that happened.
Also, a shopping cart overturned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty
You
sure
better
this is
believe-
the new Dead by Daylight map.
And right, there you go.
Do we get a downtime action before we do anything in space?
Not in this
Florida?
case, no.
Okay.
Not for this one. Gonna have the downtime actions happen between missions, and if there is a particularly long downtime, you can pull off another one there. But for this one, because it's supposed to be time pressing, we make sure
Rapid
the all needs to
deployment.
just basically go directly into the next situation. Also, because this session is on a little bit of a time limit, so I'm gonna go ahead and have that go. Now, the good news, like I said, crashing down onto the planet, you have a pretty good idea of where they are, and it's not that hard to find. Now, with that said, you really got to get thrown down there, and you will not really have any backup Thing is that because this is a high gravity planet, you can't shuttle down onto it, and you can't shuttle back up. To be able to leave later on afterwards, you're going to have to get on a space elevator that is part of one of the domes. So this one is going to be going down there, rescuing your buds, then moving to one of the like actual places of safety and bringing them back that way. That's a big part of why they could not just, get a shuttle back to and from. Basically, this place sucks a lot. Anyway, here you are. Bam. Gonna take a moment for it to load up.
This is a good looking map.
I'm proud of this one because I think this is visually my best map yet.
Yeah, it's some handsome swamp.
Well, it seems the entire friendly team is already exploding.
Yeah, you get like the moment you get relatively in distance of them, you can contact them, and there is an immediate like, oh shit, these mechs are already all mad fucked up. How did that happen? Yeah, give me a second as I Just gonna go and plop these down. Oh, the 3 who are here. And their default token does not actually have their name attached to it. Weird.
Yeah, so
There
it
you
looks
go.
like we're on some dry ground. We had a couple of ruined buildings.
Okay, so you could give me either a perception or like technology related check to identify what these buildings are. I would give you either perception or technology based, any other kind, anything where you can justify that pretty much.
Sure, may as well. No idea.
Sure looks like a whole bunch of
Fucked up is what they are.
busted shit. Yeah.
Someone took a
Really
perfectly good
irregularly set up.
prefab and dropped it in a swamp.
Mhm.
That could have been a useful module somewhere. Now it's here.
Let me see if I remember if we have any. We've sent out any insurance policies on these type of buildings. No. Well, higher
10
than
is
9 is
basic
something.
success.
These ain't buildings. These are not buildings. I can tell you that. That's from what you know.
That ain't a building.
Yeah.
I know buildings.
These are chunks of something, basically. You don't know chunks of what. This could have been like a tall mechanical tower, or it could be a crashed ship, or a whole bunch of other long destroyed something here.
I
We
would
Does
have
my
not
swamp
check
debris.
the buildings themselves, but like see what kind of damage is on them. Like use actuarial stuff to
That works to me.
review the
Yeah.
damage. See
Okay,
how these
there you
have
go.
been fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. You can tell that you can tell 100% this is a crashed ship. Specifically with how this is like crashed and destroyed itself. Upon entry into this planet, which again, thick atmosphere, Ty is quieted compared to everyone else. Interesting.
It ties
Okay.
pretty quiet for me too.
Am I let me see if anything has changed in Discord.
yeah, I had you at 150, so
Okay, I might just be a little bit quiet in Discord. Let me turn myself up a little.
Okay.
Okay, how about now?
Sound fine to me.
Marginally better.
Much more
All right.
audible for me at least.
Definitely
Yeah,
better.
seems fun.
Yeah,
Way
for
better,
whatever
okay.
reason, it was down by 4 decibels. Okay, we're good.
Okay. So the way that this it's a crash ship, like I said, when it entered atmosphere, it began to break up because this has a thick atmosphere. Thick high gravity atmosphere the air resistance was extreme, and it began to break up in the middle of entry, basically. Which again, another reason why you can't actually land on here with ships. If you were to actually do that safely, you won't be able to land back, then leave afterwards, and so on and so forth. This is a destroyed ship, and it is broken up into many different pieces. Assumedly, the majority of this would actually be underwater or buried at this point. These are just like the back ends of it that are visible, and that's why you can see over here, like this is a couple of bits of thruster and stuff like that. Structural bits over here.
One
A
sec, I
fin.
have to reload. The map started flickering a bunch.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, it seems to be back.
On the right side, there is like a bunch of thrusters. There's like a shell and whatnot. It's all fully destroyed, more or less. But you can make out individual parts of it. You can identify big tubing about like what that is. And you receive from as part of the distress signal of like we encountered a strange ruin, this is actually what we're here to investigate. Problem is that along the path of finding this place, looking around for it, investigating why was this area right here more active atmospherically from increased number of lightning strikes or being an isolated zone of tall metal out in the middle of a otherwise pretty flat swamp area, pretty much. Lightning strikes here very frequently, which by the way is going to be a mechanic in the encounter. And figuring out exactly what that was. This is some kind of interesting, like, oh, this could be treasure, or this could be something useful, or it could be some form of information, or anything like that. They were basically hired to do archaeology work, possibly archaeology / looting. It could happen. And along
Yes,
the way,
archaeology.
yes, and along the way, they encountered resistance in some form that basically has been following them for the past couple of days. Or a couple of weeks, or a couple of however long it's been. This place actually has a long daytime. It doesn't spin very quickly. The core does, though. The core spins at like lightning speed.
Well, if we have comms with them, somebody with a good talk skill want to just comm over to them and ask, "Hey,
You don't have to roll dice to get
Yeah.
information from them. They're your
Well,
coworkers.
We're the rescue crew.
Oh yeah, yes.
I see the lunch rush was crazy. I also know
Well,
how
I
they're
was,
doing.
I was thinking like information under pressure. And
Dos Perros is the one who picks up, and he's like, "Oh, thank goodness." It took you a while. We've actually been very concerned about the distress signal we put out. And Storm actually gonna pop in like, it was a little bit dangerous. You see, if we put out a distress signal to look to our own folk, they could just be intercepted. We're not entirely sure if that's happened or not.
Sorry, we would have been here faster. We had to throw a real banger.
Yeah, there was a space bee problem.
Mission critical. Mission critical banger.
Thumbs up emoji from Twin Freeze mech. Basically, like, yeah, it sounds right.
Her mech has 4 hands.
Yeah.
That's 4 thumbs up.
6.5 thumbs up. My lowest score ever.
Are we allowed to like move around on the map here? Just look around on it.
Yeah. Feel free to move around.
That's not me.
Yeah. The Sparrows actually is gonna like. We have a feeling that if you've arrived, then our pursuers are also going to arrive soon. And unfortunately, we've fought off quite a few of them, and our mechs are all pretty fucked up now. Gestures like at the other 3. They're still able to move, but that's about it.
2 questions, I guess. First off, what kind of resistance are we expecting? And 2, is there any possible way we could help them fix their mechs?
1, resistance that you're expecting, there's going to be like a fair amount of, mechs popping up to attack you. Likely. Probably. Guaranteed. That's just how the encounter is going to work out. Second, no, because none of you have the specific ability to do so. Off of and if there was mechanically a way to do so, I would probably waive it at this time because I do not actually want them in part of the encounter. They're mainly just here to be here. They also will not really be attacked in the encounter, so you don't have to worry about them like arbitrarily dying.
All right, so I see we got this height 7 length of girder up here.
Yep.
Gonna go ahead and suppose that's at least tangible enough to park a tiny mech on top of.
Absolutely.
So Small Claims is just gonna perch up there and conceal and keep an eye out.
Gonna go ahead and point out here as well of this Chumbort Flora over here. If you end your turn adjacent to it, it actually will grab you. It is active and hostile, is part of how it works out. And then
I wish to
you'll
know
get like
more about the Chumbort flora. Does that count as history?
So the Chumbort Flora over here is carnivorous like vines that happen to be that grow very, very tall and are covered in tiny spines. And they grow these small, creamy white berries on them that are extremely delicious and would basically count as a superfood. powered basically by the caloric intake they have of animals, basically. They will go ahead and attack like mice equivalents and whatnot, pick them up, and slowly digest them inside their core of all of the vines and whatnot. They're functionally a bush that is able to move, more or less. They don't go up, unlike how the token implies. They go across the water and like across the ground on the floor. That then and like whip at, then pull things in.
So what you're saying is when we're done here, we're gonna get non-refundable deposit to chop up one of these things for some nice berries.
Ooh.
Sure.
70% of Chumboard YouTube is people trying to harvest
We can make
from these vines. And fall
we can
into
make
it.
a
Fish noodling on land.
we can make a Chumport Impossible Burger. It's happening.
Ooh, I was thinking
They're
we could
very
get the
tasty.
berries and make some lemonade or something.
Woo! Yeah, there we go.
Some Chumbort berry lemonade.
Now we're talking.
I'm lucky that I've written about carnivorous plants for tabletop RPGs in the past, so I could rattle that off the top of my head.
Oh, go ahead.
So gonna quickly describe what the pursuers are of this encounter are. They're mechs that are like black and bone colored, like black and like off-white with silver weapons. This is not a color scheme that has otherwise been like popped up on mercenary or governmental or at least not necessarily like one that can be identified. Like, why the fuck would they be in this zone? Because like
This
no
isn't
color scheme is
anyone
unique,
we've heard
but
of.
no one that you've heard of, and no one that would be relevant to this area, basically, of any way.
And probably no one that would answer, "Hey, who do you work for?" if we were to ask them.
They're so secretive that not only have they done that, not responded to any like inquiries about who the fuck they are. Whenever the squad over here actually did manage to destroy a couple of them, they burst into like plasma and just disintegrated the entire mech and the pilot and all. They're apparently very secretive and don't want to even like leave their mechs behind upon death.
You know what?
Self-destruct level of mysterious.
They need to invest in non-one-time use mechs. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Is there a particular what are the other three of our coworkers doing down there? Do we know this? Like, is it something clandestine, or they're just chilling around?
So they were investigating this general area, which is more, like I said, more actively atmospherically and like electrically than most of the other parts of the planet, which saying a lot. The lightning strikes in this area like once every minute. It is constant, and it continues to do so, and has been doing so for weeks. That's how like active the storms are, especially around here. And
Well, yes,
in
I did
particular,
just, as my first action, position myself on top of a tall metal object that's linked to the ground. What of it, viewers?
yeah, it's fine.
Don't worry about it.
And in particular, this area right here, due to its presence of tall metal objects on an otherwise pretty flat, due to, again, its high gravity and like a wetland sort of structure on the planet, is just a natural lightning rod, like on a planetary scale, is what it is. Shit is thundering constantly around here, and you basically have to turn off your environmental audio and just communicate via just radio, whatever it is, because otherwise shit sucks to listen to over here. This is not going to mechanically be adverse to you at all. It's just flavor.
Gibraltar falls asleep in his mech to the sound of night rain. He loves this stuff. Can't get enough.
Swamp noises.
A couple of map questions. I'm assuming like all the water part is going to be difficult terrain along with the bushes.
If you have an EVA module, then water is not difficult terrain. All of these bushes of over here they're tall enough that you can also crouch down and consider them to be soft cover, but they are difficult terrain to move through, and they are also soft cover. If you're able to fly, you can move over difficult terrain without having any issue there. Like, Small Claims is not going to be worried about anything on this on this for difficult terrain.
And these buildings, are these like entirely
They're entirely confused. The walls are hardcover. Yes.
Okay. Breaks line of sight sort of stuff.
Yeah, and this over here, that every visible opening is actually a visible opening that you can work with.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question. I have bulwark mods, which allows me to ignore difficult terrain. So I'm assuming that's the same here.
That's the same here. You can ignore every bit of difficult terrain here as well, including the water. So I guess you wouldn't need the EVA situation to
brought
do it either
stilts.
as well.
The brush
swamp
right here, we
walking.
can just move through that, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is like low brush that goes over some
Okay.
water. So yeah, either under or over it, no problem.
Oh, I forget. Do we just purge our heat at the end of an encounter?
Yeah.
Yeah, heat
Yeah.
refreshes for free.
Heat refreshes for free. If you want to get your 2 HP back, you can spend 1 repair on it. You probably have plenty. You're an IPSN Mac.
Yeah, for free, it's clear all heat, clear all statuses and conditions, and if your pilot is injured, you can recover half of your health and recover from being knocked out.
Right, I should open up that cheat sheet.
So, long and short of it, you can set yourself up in any way you want on this map. And I will tell you right here and now, going by what they've experienced, any enemy commands will be popping up from the left, so the west, south, or like the southeast, but the north and the northeast should be safe, basically. As like no one will pop up out of nowhere next to you in the north or northeast, long and short of it. The northwest, yes, but the north and northeast, not as much.
Well, in terms of
Where
long range, Moral Hazard Moral Hazard has the longest range, right? So you could probably just chill back and shoot things.
Already chilling back, boss.
I'm fine getting up in their face, so.
I'm just gonna stand on this thing so I can move to any
What are
location.
the lightning zones? I guess would be where would be the like high? If it's striking this often, we'd be able to see, right?
Yeah, so long and short of it,
see
mechanically how it's going to be is that I will actually roll a d4 every single turn, basically, and then that determines which quadrant of the map the lightning will strike in the next turn. You'll have the ability to like avoid it, is the idea. It's not going to be guaranteed to be there, like hit you there. Otherwise, it is a blast 1, like 4 damage, energy damage thing.
I'm assuming if we're inside a building, that protects us, right? Like it's not.
Yes,
come
if
through
you're
the
inside a
window.
building, then there will be you're safe from the lightning as well. Only the ones that these 3 over here count as being inside buildings, though. The ones that have distinct walls.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't fire out of these buildings, then I'm presuming.
They do block line of sight. If you have a seeking weapon, you'd be able to. But otherwise,
Or if
yeah.
you're in a door, I guess.
Or if you're standing at a door, like if you're right here, then yeah, you can go ahead and fire like everywhere around here. Of that sort of persuasion. If you wanted to get up on top of the building, that's actually also okay. If you wanted to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But that would expose you to the possibility of
The
lightning strike, among
yeah,
other things.
I may need to move if lightning happens. Yeah.
Now, again, you have the ability to react to the lightning strikes as they come down.
Yeah.
So,
I have placed my mech. I'm up on the roof in the back.
okay, yeah, I have this like this over here specifically in case you wanted to pop up onto the onto this. It's like roofing.
Yeah.
There's more of it than what's there, but that's just because I didn't want to cover up the entire thing.
Yeah, I'm where I want
All
to
right. If everyone's where they want to be, I can go ahead and begin the encounter.
For what it's worth, I'm saying that middle management and I should probably just hide in these buildings until we're needed. At least that's what I'm doing
Yeah,
anyway.
Oh,
Yeah,
where? I
if
could,
they
yeah.
if they're going to approach from like vaguely these directions,
I kind of wanted to be like a front for like a wall. I
like
don't
how
know.
we respond to it will depend on like how many of them are ranged versus melee. Because like if they're mostly close quarters, then we want them to close in on non-refundable, and then we can jump them from the sides.
Looks like I can run back there in one turn pretty easily too if I need to.
I'm just going to be marking these down with numbers as necessary. And okay. I'm going to open up my CompCon to see exactly what is available on this first. Okay, there it is. Gotcha.
Okay.
Layer 2 token layer.
Aha.
And also
Big and small.
over here on the far left as well, on the west side, there is an additional combatant that popped up. 3 on the bottom right and 1 on the far left.
Well, hello there.
Yes. So as described earlier, these are interestingly designed mechs that are a distinct color scheme. Every single weapon that they have is like visually pure silver, and they have the bone in black color scheme otherwise. What that defines is weird, and these two over here are very obviously and visually, these are melee exclusive mechs, the two gladiators. This little tiny guy down here, the termite, is not. Has a big gun, while also very small. And the engineer over here appears to have turrets on its back.
What's
Okay.
the button to make these things big? Or I don't know if we
Z.
can do that. I think you have to do it. Oh well, it's cool.
Yeah, you gotta
Is it
select it, and hit Z.
Ooh, there we
there
go.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which
there we
one?
go. It's Shift and Z.
Nice.
Got it.
Ooh, get a
then
load
the
of that there, gladiator.
Little termite
yeah.
guy over there.
That
Yeah.
right there is a nice hot dish, if you ask me.
There's a little hat dish.
You take that to one of your church socials, and whew, it'll be gone by the end of the day.
I like he has
Horse,
both
though.
a scorpion tail and like an anti-aircraft gun just chilled to the
Yeah,
top.
those are nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, I can't describe exactly what these have. Never mind. Anyway, it's y'all's turn. You go first. So,
Be careful not to attack him while the tail's up.
mhm, mhm.
Do they glow red in certain parts? You know, I'll figure it out when we go.
Yeah, it might be worth when folks have the time, do some scans to probe for
Yeah,
stats.
it's not a bad idea. So my problem with scans is I have the lowest scan range of I think all of us.
Yours
Nope,
is
I-
in fact only 5.
Minus
So-
3, so yeah. you're not
Oh,
gonna-
okay, yeah, yeah.
Fair
We're not
enough.
very good at that.
Mine's 20.
Yeah.
Scanning
Yeah.
gun.
I almost want them to come closer. I actually think I agree with.
If you'd like,
Pushing
if you
backwards.
want to let them go first, you're allowed to do
no.
that.
No, I
we
mean,
don't
like-
need to, we don't need
I'm-
to go crazy here because
No,
one of
I-
them is in range.
I mean, like I could shoot and then move back. Is what I mean. That's not
Yeah,
a terrible
okay.
idea. I think.
I was just offering. I wasn't
yeah,
trying to take command.
Yeah, I know. I think the first thing I'm gonna do though is activate my core system. So my
Yeah, everybody should
Skirmisher.
activate their core system because this is it. So
Yeah.
just go for it.
so now every time I attack, I can move up to 6 spaces afterwards for this fight.
Gross.
Because of my other skirmisher that adds on.
Yes.
Top of it.
I'm aware. Gross.
That's silly.
So that means in one turn I could, in theory, move like 27 if I use another overheat or overcharge or whatever. Anyway, point being, I think I'm just gonna shoot it with my assault rifle and then run away. That sounds good, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right. By the way, this is a holdout style map. It will end by round 6. There is an alternative win condition on this map as well, but it will guaranteed end by round 6. And technically, you don't even have to like have everyone survive on your team to win, or destroy like particularly many to win either. It has a mechanical difference there.
Okay. So that was 18 to hit Unknown Gladiator 2.
Oh yeah, it hits, dog. So Gladiator number 2.
So that lets me move 6 afterwards. Then I'll do my move. Back in here. So By the way I'm like visually representing my cool fast movement with this is that a pair of Heelys just pop out
Of
from the
course.
bottom,
Yep.
and then
Nice.
just glides along with.
Oh,
like,
you're a front
sparks
mission
coming out.
mech.
Yeah,
I was gonna say more like a scope dog, but yeah.
yeah.
What is my sensor? Did you move within? No, you did not move within 5 sensor range. Never mind. You're good.
And then I didn't get within 5 either because I could have censored. But that's my whole
Mhm.
turn there. So
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. So you did 4 damage with that. That does 3 technically, but that's fine.
I don't know if you had a
Fall
free
back.
action left, but if you did, you should hide.
Oh, a quick action you
A
mean?
quick action, yeah.
The assault rifle. I guess I could have skirmished, right?
Yeah. So that would, yeah, if you
Yeah.
only attacked with one weapon, so that's a skirmish and then a movement.
Yeah, that's fair. In that case, yeah, I should hide for my last quick action.
Do
I'll
you
that.
not get the? Do you only get the free movement if it's like a melee weapon?
Do you?
Doesn't
No,
your,
no, no,
Oh, for
it's-
me?
free
No,
post-attack movement? I thought
mine
you
is,
just have to do that for free.
My post attack movement for skirmisher is any attack. After
Oh, okay,
attacking.
sick, yeah.
I
yeah.
move one in any direction as long as I'm not immobilized or slowed. So, and I
yeah.
ignore engagement when I do that movement, which is dope.
Yeah.
It's
Meanwhile,
pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Mhm. Meanwhile, basically everyone I have is not nearly as fast as y'all, so that's gonna be except for the Drake, or the Caliban. But you know they're not that slow either. Termite is gonna go ahead and it's very small, doing his best.
I mean, he is running
Um,
through the swamp in Florida, so
Yes, Termite actually is able to ignore difficult terrain and boost over to here. And well, not actually, and no one is available to attack here. So that's my turn.
Okay, great. I'm gonna go ahead and use one action, and I'm gonna immobilize myself for the turn to get 1 accuracy. I'm gonna get a 2nd accuracy for just for using a rifle. Period, and then trying to remember what the other talent is. While steadying, I can add a difficulty and deal a bunch on a critical. Okay, so I'm gonna do that with just rank 2 crack shot. And then God, what's the last thing? Sorry, there's so much with this stupid mech. It's
I get it.
so
No,
many
take your
different
time.
ways. Yeah.
Hey, it sounds like you're going for
Or
a big.
siphon. That was the other one I was trying to remember. Yeah, I'm doing the wumbo shot. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah,
looking
so-
for death, but I'm doing every other.
So,
version of the
take an
wumbo
extra
shot.
accuracy die on top of that.
Okay, great. You might want to save that. That does put me back to accuracy 3, even with the difficulty. I don't know if that's fully necessary, but you know what? No, I'll take it. I'm here for it. Yeah. So everything short of marked for death, I'm gonna fire the anti-materiel rifle at the unknown engineer, and good luck to him.
That's fair. That does hit. Actually, only just barely hits, but it does hit.
Okay, great. I mean, I could have re-rolled anyway if I needed to, so not a big deal.
Oh wait, no, never mind. The engineer is easy to hit. It's only 7.
Oh, okay, tight. And then damage is 7 damage there.
That's perfectly fine.
For what it's
You can
worth,
also-
I still have 5 leadership die, so yeah, I'm gonna spend them a bit.
Oh, okay,
I'm
cool.
curious, by the way, if you go down and look at the gladiators real quick, do you see a plus on the green bar that they have?
It's kind of
Yeah, the gladiators
have
looks
it.
like it.
it's
Yeah.
on the right
Okay,
side.
so you do see the plus. That's a good way of knowing. Okay, from here on out, if you ever see a plus on an enemy mech's health bar, that means that they are either an elite or a veteran or anything of that way,
They
which gives
have
them extra
structure.
structure. Yes.
Makes sense.
Yep.
All right, yeah.
If they
that's
don't
good.
have that, then they are non like elite or veteran mechs or anything like that.
Okay.
Anyway,
So yeah, 7 damage, and then second action, I'm gonna scan it. What do I roll to
Okay.
scan?
you don't.
yeah,
I just tell you for free, real quick.
Okay, great.
So what are you scanning? Because there's actually 2 targets. You could also do the
Engineer,
term.
it's
Okay.
the only thing within range. Yeah.
The termite actually is within 20 range of you as well.
Is it?
Just barely. It just barely entered it with that last move. Regardless.
Oh, okay, yeah. You measure a little more generously than I do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. So the engineer has a flak cannon, which is an anti-aircraft gun. It has +2 accuracy against flying targets. It doesn't do
Luke.
that much damage though.
Heads up.
Like I said, it doesn't do that much damage though. It only does 3 and has 15 range.
Does it like do impair or something though to like drop the flight? No. Okay.
It does not. It also is a smart weapon, which is actually going to be worse against Loon. No. The Duskwing is extremely dodgy. Never mind. Anyway, the next one it can deploy a turret. Turrets are drones. These are actual, like, I have the numbers on these drones, so they're not invincible, I promise. That attack the nearest hostile character within range. On the engineer's turn, those drones are able to move 3 spaces. The engineer can then mark something to have all turrets attack the marked target all at once, as opposed to whatever is nearest. This
I'm
mech,
presuming if we take down the engineer, any deployed drones will just go down on the spot.
correct. Yep.
Okay.
And on top of that, this particular engineer, this is non-standard, will destroy itself when destroyed. And if you are actually adjacent to it when that goes off, you have to make agility save or take 4 damage. On a success, you take half damage. So that meltdown actually does, in fact, do damage to anyone that's adjacent to it. So be careful about that.
All right, that's my turn.
And by the way, I can go ahead and make sure every one of these is visible to you now as well. There you go. You can also see the exact numbers now on the
Okay.
On
So
the
20
engineer.
So you had
13
more
more
on that engineer.
10 heat capacity.
Yes, engineers are quite good at managing heat. Speaking of, it is going to be the engineer's turn. Very first thing on this turn is going to be... Oh, that's actually just a quick action is not a protocol. I thought it was a protocol. Never mind. It can move first. It's not particularly fast, though. It can only move 3 spaces. And in this case, it is going to deploy a turret adjacent to it, which does not get to act this turn. And it's going to fire onto small claims. Now, you
What's
are a
the
flying
range on the
target,
turrets?
right?
Would we know that due to scan?
I'm currently standing on this high ground.
Okay,
Wasn't
then you
he
won't get...
hidden? That he had to scan for that?
Hold on a second. Good point. Yeah.
I'm assuming that
You're
everybody
invisible
was-
at least. You're.
Yes.
Did you say that you were hidden?
Yeah, I did say that I wanted to be concealed up here on the.
Okay,
Yeah, if you're-
so that means that if I'm going to
Outpost.
deploy the turret, it would have to scan you to know that you're there, and that would mean that it would use both of its actions. So, all right, I guess it's going to do that. It'll attempt to lock onto you, basically, to reveal. That is how that works, right?
Yeah, there's a
Attempting to reveal
reveal
hidden target?
action that unhides things. Let me just scroll through and see what that is.
The rules for hide are on page 69.
Nice. Let me just have that open really quick and.
Yeah, if you're invisible, you can always hide. It's kind of just assumed. And I thought that was like the whole gimmick of that frame anyway, was being invisible all the time.
I'm invisible
Yeah.
during my turn, and then another module means that as long as I move, I get to remain invisible.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to do its reveal quick tech or whatever it is, and that means that it can't shoot at you as well. So
Oh yeah, here we go. Search. Attempt to identify a hidden character. Choose a character within sensor range that you suspect is hidden. Make a systems versus agility check.
oh, interesting. Okay. Then I'll go ahead and do that. +1. There is no inaccuracy here. All right, so 11 versus your agility. Oh yeah, nope. You stay hidden.
Damn. Super sneaky.
By the way, you do know the range on its gun. It's 15. It technically could have also hit non-refundable plaza in moral hazard. However, it it's not good at firing against things in general unless they're in the air.
I see. Has an
Ties on the
accuracy
roof,
penalty.
Yes.
Okay.
That doesn't count. It has to be flying for it to count.
Yeah, moral hazard clings. It doesn't fly.
Okay, that's my turn.
Moral hazard is a spider.
Correct.
All right, I have a plan for what to do for my opening action here. So unless someone else has a really good idea, I'll just kind of take this.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mark it.
Now, I'm waiting
so-
to see how they move. That way I can instead move to intercept.
Yeah, I'm probably going last, so don't worry about it. Go ahead.
So another tech mech has tried to approach me and slam the context button that says challenge accepted and activate the Hall of Mirrors. So regular move, I will just drop the 7 down to the base of this tower. Just directly over the water, leaving behind an after image up there. Then I will boost. 3, 4, 5. All right. So did this have any melee weapons? Does it have a threat zone?
It does not.
Okay. In that case, I will feel free to just zoop over to behind it. Just nothing personnel, kid. Leaving another after image here. And then, because I have moved, I am invisible, so I will just use my last quick action to re-hide while I am here.
Okay, fair enough.
I will just remain concealed in close proximity. Just hello there.
Yeah, you'll be able to, if it moves, you'll be able to overwatch it in melee, so that's
Yep.
neat.
Insert DBZ teleportation sound effect.
Also, so at the moment, Small Claims does have the custom paint job trait in its loadout. It has this obnoxious layer of spray-on chrome and holofoil that just makes it really unpleasant to look at normally, even when it is holding still.
I imagine it's less the DBZ noise and more of like the Predator noise with the whole effect going on.
Well, okay, my turn then? Good to go.
Yep, that's all.
All right, Gladiator, let's go.
Modern dazzle camo. It's not that it makes it hard to figure out what range it's at. It's just actively like, come on, man. It's really bright in here. It's Florida.
Gladiator over here is doing some big stompy and getting as close as it can. It sure does.
What size are those?
These are size 2.
Okay.
Yeah, they're quite large. Unfortunately, these are enemies that only have melee attacks, so they can't overcharge. There you are. It is moved.
I'm excited for pushing up daisies to shove it back farther than it can move forward.
So it's your turn.
Newbie, you want to go?
Actually, I would prefer to go last because I want this other gladiator to come closer. Because you two probably have that one handled. If I could wait for the other gladiator to get closer to me, I could do a thing to it.
These
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm just gonna go and reiterate again. These markings I have, those are doors available to go in and out. You can also, of course, just bust your own way through the door wall as well if you want to.
Oh yeah.
I guess if you want me to go then. I'm actually going to continue the hide though I think I can do some fun stuff. Maybe. Actually, you know what? Can I bolster? Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to sit here and bolster middle management. So
Sure.
Next turn, you get a +2 on any skill check or save.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Actually, pretty good.
All
right.
And then I'm just going to continue sitting here.
Sounds like a plan. All right, in that case, I'll have my other gladiator also do its move of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is now underneath this metal lattice, which is going to give it soft cover. It's 4 height to go around here, so you can go under this lattice.
Oh,
Why is there a 0 next to it? That's not right. There you go.
if that's getting picked up by my mic, I apologize. But somebody's setting off fireworks.
I didn't hear it.
Happy
Happy
23rd
4th
of
July,
June.
everybody.
Yeah, happy 4th. Yeah.
Happy first for the
4th of
next 2
July-
weeks.
Yeah, the 4th
Yeah.
of July is like a 4-week thing, man.
Mhm. All right, so
It's
it's
a
your turn.
whole god dang month. All right, time to figure out non-refundables movement.
Gumbort has like a 3-week long New Year's festival that involves extensive use of fireworks, but every dome disagrees about when the year should start.
All right, hey.
So there is just never a
Newbie.
time when people aren't setting
What's
off
up?
fireworks.
If you wanted to do like a full movement horizontally without any issue, you can make an agility check to take a hop over this small canyon, this creek.
You know what?
There's a creek right here that you that's between these. Yeah.
God, so I've been having to refresh the map, and every time I do it, it closes my character sheet.
Remember that you just have the map open in its own window and don't
Which
tap
I've
away
done.
from it.
That's that. I have one monitor.
Hmm?
Yes, it is in its own window. It still messes up if it is not focused. Anyway, agility. So
Oh,
yeah,
you're good.
this is canonical for as much as I bring it up. Non-refundable has like giant fucking boosters on the feet. So that's just boost jump right over the river there. And I had actually
problem, then.
counted the movement. And I believe if I go spot to spot, yep, that is 8. That is 8 to just get right into hello, sir.
All right. Hold up. When you get into here or so, the unknown gladiator over here actually is going to take initiative. You've entered its sensor range, which lets it try to like barrel roll, like a shoulder charge you.
All right. Same size.
A reaction.
Yep. We are both the same size, and it is It's shoulder charging into you. You have to make a hull check, is what it is.
Football.
A hull save. That is a failure. You were knocked prone.
Oh no.
You hate to see it.
Dang.
How do you unprone?
You have to spend movement to do so. You can boost to get on non-prone, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's either your movement or your quick action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so now you've gone from move and boost to get here to move and boost to be standing up here.
Football.
Football.
Don't stay prone around these, by the way.
No, yeah, I am going to use my
Generally,
second move action that I was going to use anyway to stand up.
Yeah, this actually doesn't change anything, and in fact, it actually makes the gladiator out of cover now. So, this actually ends up being a net positive to you, honestly.
Non-refundable catches itself in a cool kneeling pose as it takes out its big old charge blade. Just makes a big swing at this guy.
I'm gonna go place this as a there's a rechargeable move there. That is a complete whiff.
Yeah, that sucks. But I'm finally remembering hit or miss. Hello, friend.
Reliable?
Marked.
Oh, marked. Okay.
Again, this is still only level 1 mark, so it doesn't have much, but I can give out the free reroll to anybody making an attack on him.
Okay. Fair enough. So that's a turn.
That is my turn.
All right. I believe that is everyone has gone. So we will go ahead and swap over the next round. Give me a second, though, as I have to roll 1d4. 1. So amazingly, no one is in the top left corner of the map, basically. So this is actually a no change lightning strike thing. Lightning does not strike this turn. How it works is that it's going to be that like it will plop down a lightning strike target on every enemy that is in the zone, and they have to disperse or they are there, or they'll get struck the next turn.
Makes
So,
sense.
And it doesn't target the flora. So
Yeah, since those are
then we're
flat
going to-
and wide.
yep. On
They're
round
plants.
2, additional targets enter the encounter.
As you know, plants are immune to lightning.
Yes, of course.
Call that the
all right.
California trees.
The trees aren't plants.
Entering into the encounter is down here. Strider down here and a additional termite, which enters after the lightning check. So it is not currently threatened with lightning. All right. So you all went last. So I'm going to get the chance to go first here.
Yes.
As of the last turn, we were outnumbering you. Not anymore.
Yeah, as of this turn, I am now outnumbering you. Thankfully, there's a fair number of fragile targets in here. All right, I'm going to have the top left termite move and begin to enter combat situation. Does it know to avoid the flora? Let's see here. Let me just roll a flat d20. Probably does, but...
This is a knowledge check.
Yeah.
Did they get
They're
the briefing?
good. Okay, so termite has gone down here, and it is not within combat range of anyone, so that's its turn. It is very much within shooting range of moral hazard, 100%.
Yes.
You said the flora had a threat of 1, right?
Threat of 1. Yep, they're
Okay.
not very wide threat or anything. This is a very basic threat range.
If I can go first, I'm just gonna move across the roof and then try and light this thing up. If someone else wants to go first, though, go ahead. I got time. I'm not like really threatened by anything at the moment. Someone
Yeah,
who's
I'm waiting
engaged
for
should
now.
probably take priority. Yeah.
I'm
I'd say
gonna
you're
do
probably,
some.
like,
I'm gonna do some footwork, so I think I want to get that action in before the engineer has a chance to respond or make sense of
You
what
got it, boss.
Clarkson's bullshit is up
Yeah.
to here.
Yeah. Do it.
All right, so I will move across. This is why you carry a knife, so that you have any threat zone, so that people can't just dance all over you like a strange clown robot.
And now that you have left one of these adjacent to it, does it immediately go off?
No. So the enemy would have to do their movement to provoke it detonating just on its own.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so I'm gonna move over there and boost over here. Just leave another one there.
Okay.
So now you have a choice between backing up through 2 EM mines or standing your ground and receiving a hit from Wrench EX. Which you're going to get a taste of what that's like right now.
All right,
So, yeah,
wrench me
move,
up.
Boost, skirmish.
All right, wrench me up inside.
Take a swing of the prototype weapon, which is 1 accurate.
It's just like super low ammo, right?
Yeah, I
Prototype.
only, have,
It
I only have
has-
3 swings of this, but hey, this is what we're here for.
That hits. That actually only barely hits. Engineers have higher
Although,
E
it
defense
is
than evade.
overkill, so I will take 1 heat and re-roll that damage die.
Hell yeah.
Now we're talking. Okay, so 5 damage instead.
Oh, and if it's smart, is it against E defense instead?
Yes.
It is. That's actually a downside against the engineer who has a
engineer's
higher
higher
E
E
defense.
defense.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes
but
sense.
it still hits, so no problem there.
Yeah.
All right, so an additional 5 damage. It is
Now
also
standing
currently
in the middle of a ring of 3 after images of Clarkson bouncing the wrench. Just, all right, you asked for this.
you're no longer hidden though, thankfully.
I am no
So
longer
that's
hidden. I am invisible.
That's you do
that's
have a
just the
50/50.
that's just the 50-50 dodge chance. I can be targeted.
Yes.
I'm not hidden. I'm just invisible. Is some real shit that I'm here
That
for.
is
I love this
extremely
mech.
just a loon line, period.
Yeah.
Staring up at the top of the hill, and the predator's glove is just chilling there.
All right, so I'll take my turn then, which I am going to have the engineer go, and they're going to deploy an additional turret. That is going to be over here now, and it is not going to move because moving is the most foolish decision it could possibly make right now.
Would deploying it be movement enough to set something off?
Well, okay, let me look at
Generally, no.
the text
The-
for the mines here.
The turrets are actually specifically self-constructing, so they do their own positioning, basically.
I'm just wondering if that would set it off at the turret.
Okay, when hostile characters start their turn in, move through, or move adjacent to a space
start their
occupied
turn
by
in.
a hologram.
yeah, those just go off then.
Yeah, it started its turn in the zone around it.
They must.
So
So it's D6 energy damage, save agility save for half damage.
okay, so we got to do two of
Two of
these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 of them.
This whips.
Okay, that's a failure, I'm sure.
I'll just roll these together.
And-
We'll say first die and second die.
All right, and that's probably also a failure.
All right, so just one
At
and
least
one.
it's only 2 damage.
Just some chip
Dang.
damage. Still, though, I get those by moving around. Oh, wait, the turret is also in the blast
right.
zone here.
That's fair. The turret does not actually have a ability to make a save, I think. So I think it just takes the damage. So go ahead and do two. You roll damage once, though, don't you? You generally roll
you
damage
roll
once.
damage once and then accuracy separately.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
it's
still just
Accuracy
that-
for each target, damage once.
Yeah,
It's
so
just
still
two
just that
damage
chip
all of them.
damage to these. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2 to this one, and then this one is being put down afterwards, so it does not get zapped yet.
all right. So I am going to, because you're not hidden, I'm going to have the engineer merely lock onto you.
All right.
Which do I have to? Does an NPC have to roll for that? Actually, because I know you don't, but lock on condition, any character.
Lock-on seems like it could just be free for everyone.
Yeah, I think
honestly,
it just
as long as
costs
you're
the
within range.
action.
Yeah, all right. That's its turn then.
You
It's
spend
it's
an
going to
action.
lock onto you. Yeah, and now then the turret is also going to fire on its turn. Is the idea, and it's going to consume the lock on.
All right.
They fire at +1, and only
So-
deal 4 damage, but
Flat 50-50 chance to miss. We'll say large number is good. Roll whatever size of dice you'd like.
gotta be D100. All right,
That's
that's,
low.
a miss. Yep.
Swing and a miss.
So it
went for
doesn't
a
even get to
smaller
do
die.
it. Well, damn. It's really hard to hit small claims now.
Hell yeah. I'm doing my move.
All
I
right.
like to think too that the tiny explosions are just you're still learning the robot ninjutsu. You'll get there eventually.
All
One
right.
of these days, my clones won't just blow up constantly.
So it's your turn now.
The blast would have been larger if the air weren't so damp and thick.
Thanks, Super Florida.
The problem with the
was gonna say-
humidity.
I say we let Ty take it. Yeah.
Oh no, one of y'all.
Or
no one
non-refundable.
is going to be within. Like my turn doesn't change no matter what happens. The things I'm engaging with have already moved. So like, feel free. Everyone go before me.
Well, I'm waiting for Gladiator 1 to get closer, so someone else.
Actually, if we wanted to get closer, I can move within its censored range and it can charge me. Then it'll be 5 closer.
Actually, what you could do is go screw around with Gladiator 2, so maybe it attacks you from behind or tries to anyway, and that would put him in range with me.
That would be leaving my range, which would probably an opportunity attack, or maybe not because it's a skill.
Yeah, fair
Yeah.
warning, because you saw it happen before. If you enter within 5 zone of this, it will tackle you.
Yeah, I could go after Gladiator too.
Small note, on my screen I am seeing another turret in this hex here. Is that a ghost object, or
That
is
is-
everyone seeing that?
That is a ghost object. That
There we
should
go.
not be
Now
there.
it's gone.
All right. Yeah, I'll take my turn then. Go back up non-refundable. Here, I'll come this way. I'll boost, which gives me one more, or I'll take one movement of my boost anyways. So in theory, I have 6 movement left over, since that adds to a pool, right? So that gives me a plus 1d6 to my next melee attack with my main weapon.
Mhm.
And I get plus 1 accuracy to my first melee attack that I make on a turn. So let me go to my sheet here. I think I'll just add all the math at once so it just rolls it all. Because I'm also going to use a charge of my thermal charges, so I'm down to 1 on those. Alright. Accuracy 1. Attack.
That hits.
Did it not add the... Oh, it's because I put none instead of explosive. Let me roll the explosive as well. 3 explosive as well.
Okay. Yep. So that's going to be a good 6 damage.
Now I can knock it back.
Can. Yep.
6 damage on 3d6, by the way. Kind of rough.
That is a low. It was 7.
Yeah,
They have
yeah.
1 armor. No resistance, just that 1 armor.
So I can push it back 1 if you want. If that's something we want to do. What do you think?
Newbie around.
What's up?
I can push the gladiator 1 if we want to. Is that a thing we want to do?
I feel like if you could.
Or do you want to leave it? Like, I can push it this way. It's still engaged with you. It's just further over.
Setting it up a little more to throw it in the ditch.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
getting
knock
it
it one
toward
to the left.
plant.
Yeah, I'll push it that way.
Yeah, there's plenty of hazards that way.
I have a
Um,
plan then.
Now, afterwards, I get to move 6.
I guess it missed its attack.
What attack?
Oh, did it not shoulder check?
It can only shoulder charge. It's on a recharge. It can't do
Ah.
that every time.
Okay.
It has
I'm
to go
gonna-
to its turn to be able to do that again, and it's a 1 in 3 chance.
I'm gonna give this guy a bit of a hello. So I'm
Which
gonna
means
move
Doc will
here
get it
with-
every time.
I'm gonna move here with my yeah, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here with my skirmisher, I'm gonna use the rest of my boost, which I have a fly for, because of my jump jet. And I'm gonna jump over to this nerd. Actually, do
This
I need
little
to?
guy.
Oh wait, right.
I do need to.
I have ace pilot and an attack missed me, so Clarkson gets to take 2 movement,
Leaving behind an additional.
leaving behind an additional after image from his Hall of Mirrors.
Motherfucker.
Oh, the other
Solve
thing
my
I forgot
dodge
is
puzzle.
when I attack with my warpike, I forgot I have a nexus on that same mount. I keep forgetting about this stupid nexus. 12 on the energy defense for that nerd.
Your lance that's covered in bees.
It's hard to remember that they're on the same mount.
So you attack. You moved and boosted.
Well, I
This is
meant
an overcharge?
I meant that was all at the same time because when I attack with that mount, it
That
attacks
was
with both
also with the
weapons.
gladiator attack. Yeah, it's on the same mount.
To the gladiator. I just forgot to roll it. 'Cause
Okay,
it's-
so it's on the
yeah.
gladiator. That's no
Yeah.
problem then. Sure, that
Yeah.
hits.
Sorry about that.
Does additional damage.
That's that. You know what? I'm gonna overcharge too.
Yeah, there you go. I actually figured you would overcharge to do an additional skirmish or something.
1d3. I get 2 heat.
Heat up. Get spicy.
All right, and then just to double check.
By the
So-
way, the reason why I made your pulled arm a halberd in this on your sprite is specifically because of the knockbacking that you do all the time.
It's pretty dope. Not gonna
Mhm.
lie. Okay, so this is just gonna be a normal warpike and a normal nexus attack against the termite.
I mean that hits. That's pretty good.
There we go. I'm gonna push it back the way it came a bit, this way.
All right. It doesn't do damage in this case because termites, while small and don't have much health, they do have a bit of armor that prevents them from taking some damage.
All right, and
You
then I'm
did
gonna
just
move
slap him
6
in the
with my
face.
second. Or yeah, where? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm gonna move 6 around it and do a.
Nelson
do a-
just kind of gets to be wherever the fuck it wants.
Pretty
It doesn't.
much.
It doesn't play the like movement rules of everyone else. It just does things arbitrarily, like a ghost or dog.
And I'll do a quick flip with a +2. That was a 9, so it wasn't good enough.
Remember when Nelson started the turn over here?
Yeah, I remember.
And that's like not even using close to its full movement range. Like it could have gone like to the other side of the map easy. All right.
Meanwhile,
cool flip.
in one movement, I go from here to here, and I have to make a fucking skill check.
Yeah, all right, that's my whole turn. That's all I got.
I have
That's it.
permanent
Just that.
flight and teleportation, and I am not the fastest moving thing on the team.
All right, so I'm gonna have my gladiator down here is going to do a move and going to try and recharge its shoulder check. Does not get it back. It's on a 5+. So it's going to barrage against you, newbie.
Mhm.
It is going to go ahead and use its Maul Fist here attack. Is not that particularly good at hitting things. 8 to hit you, which I think
No.
is a miss.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's also going to go ahead and do its additional hydraulic claw. Also +1 to hit on this one. That is also a miss. Cool move, buddy. Cool dice.
You just can't deal with the humidity.
Why does anyone fight on this planet?
Man, how is the other team having so much trouble with these guys?
By the way, for folks who are talking about you can't like overcharge into skirmish twice, don't worry about it. You could just trivially change it to be you are overcharged earlier to boost. Is the thing. It's fine. Instead of using your
Oh.
regular quick action to boost.
Yeah, that would be fine.
There we
too,
go.
'cause it's the
Then
same
it's now
thing,
a
yeah.
barrage and you did the
It's the
same
same
thing.
thing.
No problem.
Rules
So,
is
okay, there you
flexible.
go. And there's my turn. So it's yours now.
Alright.
It's you, Ty.
Oh.
Or newbie, if you want to
Yeah,
go.
Ty, do you still want to go later than everyone else?
I mean, I don't really care. I just figured y'all are actually at risk with these gladiators. I'm just gonna light this termite the fuck up.
Alright,
That's all I'm doing.
I'm gonna barrage.
Let's go.
Yeah, charge blade into concussion missile. Minimal fucking damage. But is that a hit?
Yes, it is.
All right, so that's 4
For-
damage.
Minimum damage though, rough, huh?
Yeah. Oof. Anyway,
That does cause a structure check on this, however. So before you do anything, never mind, I'm wrong. 4 is not 6. 5 misses.
hold up. Can I use my reaction ability for myself? Oh, it says ally. Piss ass.
Rough.
But I do refresh the mark, so because I
Mhm.
actually have to do that every turn. If I do not attack him on a turn, then the mark drops off. Level 1 marks in D&D-esque games. I still have a quick action, right?
Yeah, you're just standing here, and that was 1 attack, so that's a quick worth of stuff you've done.
Yeah, okay.
If those are on the same amount, or well, but a heavy weapon and then a main weapon, that would be a full attack.
Yeah, that would be a
Those are
full
on
attack if you
separate
barrage.
maps.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I went for the move instead of the other thing. So
there you go.
Unless you want to.
And right, this isn't like third where I can downgrade my move into a quick. Yeah, that's where my brain got broke.
I clarified that in chat for folks too, by the way. Page 73. definitely.
Yeah,
an expert,
overcharging does
so-
let you repeat like a skirmish, even with the same weapon. Is the idea?
The thing you can't do is barrage for an overcharge.
Yeah, because that's like a
because
full
that's-
action. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. It is now my turn. Let me go and quickly check. Okay, the Strider's actually. I made a mistake assigning the elite template to this. I'm going to not let it act twice. It's just it should only be acting once. I meant to give it the veteran template, not the elite. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let it move. I believe it has a range. It has a quite long movement. No, it doesn't. It has 4, and I don't believe it actually ignores a difficult terrain either. So it's gonna be moving at half speed in here anyway. That's fine. Boop boop. It's like the only enemy on here that it explicitly does not. However, it is a mech with a range of 15, I believe. 20 actually. It has the real big boy guns. They can only fire on 2 targets here. You can only just barely fire on middle management blues. And it can fire on yes, but you're also like impossible to hit. I'm just gonna throw that out there. You're
I'm
impossible to
glad
hit.
that that I'm dodgy enough that you just don't count me as an available target.
All right, so target is further than range. Ooh, nasty. Okay, good shit. I'm gonna fire this on to middle management blues. You're also hard to hit, however, and this has a +0, but with 1 inherent accuracy.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. The best
Okay.
available shot. If you are with longer than range 8 from this from the skirmisher down here, the Strider, this does not do 3 damage. It does 9.
Nice.
Yeah, so you take 9 damage.
It's fine.
Let me see. Yeah,
Mechanically,
I don't think I want to brace afterwards. So, all right. Just thinking
mechanically,
about it.
the Rager long rifle also has ordnance, so it actually should do shot, then moved. And if that's the case, actually, it can't hit you. Never mind, you don't take that damage. That damage goes over to newbie.
Okay.
You can't do it. I give it a thumbs up. Also, this is a missile.
Is it armor piercing?
No,
Really?
it is not armor piercing, so you do reduce damage from it.
But is it? This is not a blast burst line or cut.
It is a single target attack, so you do not get to take half damage
I thought
from
you
it.
just had armor. I thought you just had like passive like
too.
armor too. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he has armor 3 on top of that. He's absurdly tough. He's just trying to also weasel his way into taking half damage from it anyway.
So wait, how much
You
damage was that?
absolute weasel. It does 9 by default, so you take 6.
That's a
Yeah,
lot
it
of
hurts.
damage.
It hurts. Getting shot by a sniper rifle fucking hurts. I wonder if I've ever experienced that.
No.
This is what I do to people in fighting games too. I beat them with a character so bad that they're like, maybe I should play that character.
Oh shit. Doc, we fucked up.
What's that?
Huh.
What was my role on? We're not going to go that far back, but we need to remember this. The Drake is slow, so I have difficulty on agility checks and saves.
All right, don't worry about it.
Oh.
You rolled high enough that it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Yeah.
I was asking you to make like a 10 at most. You rolled like a 24. It's fine. All right, so
right.
it's your turn now, by the way.
Moral hazard, just gonna get a little bit closer here. Still on the roof, and not not by any of these dang vines. I hate vines, all of them. No, yeah, just gonna move and then skirmish both weapons on one rack, which is the Vulture DMR that has 1 accuracy because it is a rifle in my hands, and 1 because it always is, so it's just 2 accuracy. DMR, and that's on the termite for what it's worth. Does that hit?
Oh yeah, that hits. That hits.
Okay, sick.
Oof, rough roll though for damage, huh?
For damage, yeah. And then the one that does not have the accuracy bonus It is just missiles. It's just missiles.
Jeez, these damage rolls. I'm sorry.
Does that hit at least?
It does not hit, and even if it did, oh wait, no, it does hit.
Great, perfected targeting. Oh dang! I was gonna be like, all right, I'm re-rolling.
But it does in fact do hit, but it doesn't do damage
Oh, cool.
for two different
So
reasons.
so none of those did damage, right?
You did 1 damage with the DMR did in fact do a point of damage. It's a shame because it doesn't have much life.
Life's hard when you roll good on accuracy and bad on damage, I guess. Well,
So
then for trying to think for my second actual action. Oh, I could just shoot the DMR again, right? Yeah.
if you wanted to overcharge, yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Oh, because you need to overcharge to repeat the action. Right. What will this do for me? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and make a tech attack against who is within sensor range. You are. All right, great. I'm actually gonna make a tech attack on the Unknown Gladiator 2 to put a tracking bug on it.
Okay. On a hit,
where do I roll
okay,
for?
so it is a super scan is what this is.
Yes, I get to know where it is at all times. It can't hide, basically.
All right. Yeah, that hits for sure. All right, it's
All right, so
tracked.
HP, structure, speed, location, can't hide, can't ignore. I ignore invisible. Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, you basically know everything about it now. Yeah, go ahead and I'm giving you the numbers that has available to it.
Cool. And speed on these
Damn.
bad boys is what? 4?
Speed on the gladiators are speed 4.
Okay, great. All right, that's my turn.
As it has 18 out of 16, that means that it does have 2 structure right now. All it needs to do is take 2 more damage to go down into 1 structure. It could theoretically explode on that loss.
Yeah.
Okay. And now it's my turn again, and I have a couple of things that get to go. So this termite down here in the top, bottom right is going to be going now. It's not likely to hit here, but I mean, you're the one that is here, and you're the target, really. I'm gonna go ahead and roll the +1 hit. 13 is a whiff on you.
I have a 15, yeah.
Yeah, so what is it's firing there is a laser drill, which is a lined attack that does an amount of burn and energy damage. It missed you entirely, so no worries there.
Took a moment to pass this through the
Mhm.
a different pipeline in order to not have to put another tab in the browser that I'm capturing. But yeah, dubs.
That is truly fantastic.
Powerful.
100% powerful. Okay, termite. Yeah. This is only a quick action. All right, there's only 1 target here, but that's better than nothing. Cratering charge. It deploys a little bit of a grenade. Blast 1 area within 5 range, which is just going to be on top of middle management, please.
Hey Doc, can you properly define what a little bit of a grenade is?
It's a
Just
little
little
grenade.
guy, yeah.
Little grenade is a treat. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me an agility save.
Yeah. One momento. I'm not currently flying, so I don't get a accuracy on that. Cool. All right. There it is. No, I rolled a 5 on the die.
All right, so that's you're going to take full damage from this. To the back. This is now a mass pass agility save or take 4 explosive damage and be knocked prone. On top of that, you fall 1 deep into this this crater, which is now a size. It is 1 depth crater, is what it is.
It's upside down.
Yeah. All right. So
right.
go in there. There it is.
Great job, Termite.
It's gonna fucking leave. Oh god, I don't want to be next to the Spearbot. Jesus Christ. Spearbot fucking sucks to be near.
It got smacked in the face and knocked back the last turn, so yeah, it's probably leaving.
It's a little bit of a grenade because it's a grenade from a little guy, and it's his birthday. That's how you define a little bit of a grenade. What? All right. Move over to here.
I mean, technically it's my turn, but I will wait.
Oh
for
right,
him
you get to
move.
go.
No, I'm waiting
Right.
for him to move. So go ahead.
Okay, fair enough. So boop, 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 boop. That's its 4, and then boop, 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 boop to 4 again, and it's just barely within range to attack you now because it has a 2-range claw as
Didn't
opposed to
know
a
I was
1-range.
there because I've been hiding since the first.
Oh, you've been hiding. That's right.
Yeah.
Good point. In that case, it wouldn't go for you. It'd go to encounter in on non-refundable deposit.
The plan.
Just as planned.
The justice plan.
It does get to attack non-refundable deposit though with its claw.
Okay,
As is the style at the time.
reviewing
That's
the
what
text.
the tank's for.
It
That's
does
a miss as well.
specify
That's a
on
miss,
my
though.
turn.
Third point of agility, best investment I ever made.
Oh wait, yeah. Did the engineer ever start its turn in the own zone?
Yes, it got exploded. Remember?
Oh no.
Yeah,
I
but
blacked out, sorry.
what I'm mumbling about here is people looked at and I looked back at, and it's I get to spawn more when moving on my turn. So these bonus reaction moves don't spawn additional shadows.
Oh, rough. That's kind of a shame. I liked it spawning them on your bonus moves as well. But oh well.
It does what it do.
Mhm.
I just need
All
to
right,
find
so
more
my
ways to
turn's
take
done.
bonus movement.
Newbie, what's your hull saves like?
+1.
Well, I guess I'll give it a shot anyway.
It's fine.
Free action, equipping the auto choke as my core ability. And I'm moving 1, 2, 3, 4 right here.
Well, actually, my thing, I don't know if you cancel this out, but my passive is that I can't be knocked prone by things smaller than me.
But I'm going to be knocking a size 2 into you, so
That'll do it, yeah.
so I will not, I will not do that then.
Do it anyway.
Also, the Caliban's overrules every other immunity
Okay,
one.
that's what I
So,
thought. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, do it.
Anyway, so this is accurate. When I put the auto choke on the shotgun, it makes it accurate knockback 5.
And you don't
guess-
reveal yourself from hidden until you attack, so it couldn't like intercept you.
Correct, which is why I was waiting. So we're going to be pressing this button.
Oh yeah, that hits.
That should have had an accuracy on it. So actually, I need to see that because that could be a critical.
Because it could crit, yeah. So go for it. Roll that d6. That crits.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to figure out these things because a lot of shit's about to happen here.
You also
Um,
want to re-roll the d6 to maybe get a 5 or 6 on it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep, that's 1 more
There we go.
damage.
Okay, so first off, we're going to be knocking the sucker back 5 spots. I'm going to see if I don't know how the rules will work on this, but I can technically hit Unknown Gladiator 2 with that knockback 5, can't I?
Sounds like a plan to me. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to push him right past Newbie then into the Unknown Gladiator. So we got to figure this shit out here. Let's see. First off, he just takes an additional 1d6 because he's being
Yep.
knocked into something that'll stop his movement.
Okay, another 5 damage.
Oh, yeah, man.
Now he needs to pass a hull save.
This whips.
Mhm. All right. These are gladiators who have veteran traits of veterancy of +1 accuracy on all hull checks.
Ooh.
They do this at the expense of everything else. They're normally quite good at hull anyway.
Let's see what he gets.
Yep. Oh, god damn it. That's probably not enough, is it?
My save is 10, I believe.
Yeah, all right. So it's gone,
Oh, save
going
is
prone.
12. Yeah, its save is 12. So it's going prone. It's going to be impaired until the end of its turn. And now Unknown Gladiator 2 also has to pass a hull save.
Okay.
Or it's knocked
Same deal
prone.
there. All right. That is a failure as well. God damn it, they're good at this.
Holy shit. We're going bowling, baby.
No, they're both knocked prone. And I guess I should have done this as part of my move action, as part of my shotgun action before, but I just got a free pistol shot, so there's that on them.
That is also a crit. Go ahead and roll. Maybe get an additional point of damage out of it.
It's max already. It's at 3.
Well,
It's
no,
No, it's not.
1d3.
You rolled a 2 out of 1.
That's the threat
I did.
range. The 3 is the threat range. The 2 is
You
your
are
damage.
absolutely right.
All right, let me add up this
Let's do
damage.
it again.
Okay, same result. But let me go and add up this damage really quick. So 7.
All a pinball.
Okay, so that's 10 damage on the first one. Does
Cool.
resist the extra damage separately. No, hold up. That's bonus damage on the ram, right?
Yes. Hold on. Let me think about this. It was 4 on the so the first roll was the 5 for the crit, so that was going to be 5 damage plus 2 for the shotgun itself. Then the pistols and another 2. Then it took 5 for the first ram and 5 for the second ram.
So it's an additional. Okay, it does resist. The ram damage is separate, so it does resist that per hit, but it does take an additional. Yeah, all right, it takes an additional 3 damage on top of this. So there you go. You win
Okay.
it from 32 to 18. These are actually identical HP totals now, and they're both
Okay.
on the floor.
Yeah, so that was my move and my quick. I can follow it as a free action just because this is how that works. So I'm just going to chill rate 1 away from it. And then I'm going to, as my other quick action, fire my hammer heavy launcher, whatever this is.
If you can just move to any. Trying
You
to
want me
think.
someplace else? I have to follow
Well,
the
no,
line of sight, so I got to go like here.
Well, I was gonna say like you should be staying next to me. That way you have hard cover.
Sure, that's as close as I can get right there.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Then I'm going to use the hammer, which normally has an inaccurate, but since they're prone, I get a plus, so it just washes. This is going to be attacking Glad 2.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, and so it does that, and also it knocks him back. Should we knock him back? Newbie, do you want that?
I mean, you go for it, my dude.
Can I knock them into each other again, even though they're both prone, so they both have to do the saves again? Or is that once per round?
Knockback has to be like generally in an opposite direction of where you're fired from.
Yeah, but the hammer's an arcane weapon, so I can technically put it on the other side of him, couldn't I?
Ah, fuck. That does make sense.
Hold on, let me see if my knockback thing's
You know,
once a turn. Let me read the rules.
The moment you ascend from Doom to Quake.
Time to figure out some combo theory on this robot.
Yeah, these are both once a round, so I actually can't do those again. But I can knock him back. The G just won't take any
Okay,
damage.
yeah.
So if we want to push him away from Newbie, that's up to Newbie, I guess.
Push him. You couldn't because it's hold up. Yeah, it's this one that you're hitting, right?
No, I was hitting Gladiator 2 with my second shot, so push him to
Push him to
wherever
the
you
other
want him.
side of me. I'm tank, dude. I'm supposed to be engaged.
Sure, I guess he'll go over where the number 2 is. Or as close as that will allow. Can't move
Like-
those tokens.
Over here is what
Yeah,
you're
that
saying?
works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so by the way, you also destroyed one of its systems.
Good.
So
what a
let me see
turn.
here. It is going to go ahead and lose. It actually doesn't have any destroyable systems, which I think means it's going to have to override into destroying a weapon instead. All right, yeah, it's going to go ahead and lose its. Yeah, it's going to lose its hydraulic claw. Yeah.
Rip to him.
When Doom Guy's not on camera, you should be asking, where's Doom Guy?
Load
So
shotgun
that's
with
the-
extreme prejudice.
Is that the tracked one that lost its claw?
The one over here on the
2.
far left that lost
Okay.
its claw, yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna go ahead and actually just mark it down as clawless. Flawless. Fucking pushing up Daisy's turns. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that
It's
was
only
nuts.
going to get more ridiculous when I get license level 3, man.
I like-
You have no
I like-
idea.
I like everybody else's turn, except for maybe Ty. That's like, all right, I do 5 billion things, and I'm like, well, I swing my sword.
Oh, well, the thing is for me is I still don't have my big gun yet. You might think
Yeah.
I have the big gun. You're mistaken.
All
Yeah,
right.
You get the railgun next level. It's going to be pretty great.
Yes.
That is everyone's turn, I believe. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the 1d4. God damn it! Again on the one where there's no one there. Like, there's even stuff on the top left one now for a 1 to hit, but there's nothing on the. I had a cool mechanic idea for this one. The lightning sounds cool.
Risk managed.
If you were still over there on the right, theoretically you could have gotten hit with it, but you moved.
A weather
so.
forecast is a kind of threat report.
It's true.
All right.
True.
Round 3. New arrivals into the encounter. Maybe not what was expected, but there appears to be a large spider just entering the zone that has no allegiance one way or another.
A Chumbortian spider.
A
There he is.
Chumbork predator.
You got to show this for the class, because that's a pretty cool sprite.
Yeah, make that bigger.
Yeah, can we enhance?
There it is.
Yeah.
Wild card.
Spider big.
Is
Mechanically,
this a veteran
this.
spider?
Yes. Mechanically,
Whoa.
this it's actually an elite spider. It does get to act twice. This spider is neutral. It will attack anything close by. It will attack my own guys as well. There you go.
Oh, also this unknown leader over here.
Ah, yes. All right, and then here you go. Here's the other mechanic of the fight here. If you destroy the leader, that will end the combat earlier.
All right, the boss of the defense map has shown up.
Yes. It will not end like the turn that you destroy it, but it will end. It will reduce the number of maximum turns that this can be on.
Can we somehow get the spider to go after the elite leader? Like, can I roll a knowledge check and know that like its favorite food is like those berries or something, and throw it at the guy?
I mean, I guess you could, but mainly it would just be like doing the roll to answer no.
Sorry, I'm trying to break your game.
Yes. Like I said, the predator is just going to attack whatever's nearest. So I guess if you wanted to lure it into the predator, that would be a way to do it.
Or fucking King Knockback over here, maybe go punch a leader in the butt. Shove him up there.
It would take me like 6 turns to get over to him, so...
I know.
We're not fast like these other
Yeah,
dumbasses.
None of us, yeah.
Yeah,
There's
no
a-
one is fast on this team. No one.
Correct.
Definitely
None.
not.
Definitely not middle management blues and or small claims. And
Oh, I
occasionally
was
Middle
saying the two of us right here aren't fast like
Yeah.
the other half of this
Okay,
team.
sitting here on round 3 out of 6.
There's a reason that daisies and non-refundable generally end up right next to each other.
All right, so
Uh,
I feel like I've done enough mitigating of the engineer bot here. I've kept him tangled up. I now want to get away from Spider before. Hey, weird. The tiny fly robot would like to be away from the giant fucking spider.
That sounds like a plan, honestly.
So
Y'all feel free to go because technically you should be going first this time.
So I'm thinking I will. All right, let me draw this. Well, I'll move the piece over just to get out of the way and draw, leaving an image there. And then so I'm going to, regular move 7 in this direction, but like this one over here so that I can be in my 10 sensor range of our new arrival here. And I will scan that. Give me the combat data on.
You want combat data on the
man.
leader here? All right. That means that you get a good list of things, a huge list of things. First off, this is an elite commander, 3 structure, 3 stress.
Hefty.
Difficult to do damage to. We go on just to give you the exact numbers on its HP here. Visible to everyone, and visible to everyone. There we go. 30 out of 30 HP because it has 3 stress. 3 of those. 0 armor, however. And yeah, the 8 heat cap there. It does have stress level.
Can we get a enhance on this boy?
On what? Oh, on the
leader.
operative?
Yeah, show us that.
Yeah,
leader
give me a
spread.
second. There it is.
Yeah, all right.
You got a big gun.
It is a very large gun, yes. So, operatives. First off, they are very powerful. They have 2 in every stat. In this one in particular, well, this one doesn't have any veterancy, so it's just the 2 in every stat. That means that it, isn't bad at anything. It has 10 save, 10 evade, 10 E defense, 10 sensor range. It has basically averaged out on everything. The Raptor plasma rifle there has a range of 20, +2 attack, and +2 accuracy. It's extremely accurate. It does 7 damage. It's very high damage on top of that. It teleports whenever it does its normal standard move, and it also has an additional ability to just do a teleport to anywhere within line of sight in range 50. It can be anywhere on the map.
Does
it will
need to reload that gun?
It does not.
Oh.
That's probably a heat gun to go with its massive heat.
No.
Big.
It's just good. The operator is just a boss designed enemy type. It's supposed to be difficult. It's just a little fragile. Self erasure. It will blow itself up the moment it's destroyed. This is actually where the mechanic of self erasure comes from. The operator can never be analyzed afterwards. It is an elite. It will be taking 2 turns each round. It can as a commander, it will allow someone, an ally, to reroll failed checks once per round. And on top of that, it can basically become invisible until the start of its next turn on its turn. If it takes damage, they will no longer be invisible, so you can then pile on the moment that it has been revealed.
Just forward that entire scan report to the rest of the team with.
Yeah.
It's like, look, destroy this thing immediately. Is what you're getting off of it.
It is.
What-
It
what
is
you're
Just
telling
quick
me is we
photo
have
of
to hope it
Clarkson
teleports
gesturing
by
at
the-
him, just like.
Yeah.
We should have brought a teenager to rip the guy out of it.
12.5 years before the big boys get through that difficult terrain.
Clarkson
just gonna hide. I think we want him to warp into a kill zone rather than try to chase him out into the swamp. So I'm just gonna hide in place.
It can
for the
only
rest of my
do that
turn here.
teleport once before it needs to be recharged, so it's not able to do it anywhere, whenever it wants.
Which is good. We want it to jump in somewhere and then get trapped and crushed.
in my head
Hey,
canon. That entire.
the fucked up thing about the plasma rifle is that if this was a tier 2 one, it'd be able to fire on 2 different enemies at the same time. Thankfully, it can only single fire it.
Sounds like a lot when we also have a sniper rifle and a sniper and a spider and 2 termites and 2 war gladiators.
Oh, don't worry about it. Right now, the spider's on your side.
Yeah,
Because the
move.
spider is going to be going first after you,
Move,
and
stand,
it's going to be
hide. That's
attacking
my turn.
this termite. Spider's moving in and is going to be eating a little guy. Let me see here. Yeah, that's a +4 with +1 accuracy, so... Yeah, that hits, and minimum damage kills this termite. Which causes it to explode, and the predator has to do a move.
Oh no, poor spider.
Yeah, so I feel like this whole side of the map is kind of solved now, and we can focus on other things.
The predator does take a little bit of damage from the robot, bursting into flames on it. Spider is friend. Spider is buddy.
As long
Well,
as we
it
give
won't
him-
go after moral hazard because moral hazard also spider. That's a friend.
And I'm on the roof and farther away. Yeah, also, come on. Yeah, I would totally just be like, oh, a friend, cousin.
The Chumbortian Predator just has big heart eyes like it's Looney Tune.
Oh, whoops, it's horny.
It's got the horny wolf eyes. Yeah. Ooga.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good.
All right. Yeah. So I'll go ahead and take turn then. So move 6 just down to by this doorway, kind of in cover. Overcharge, or I'm going to stabilize and do. Okay, so specifically order. I'm gonna overcharge, and then stabilize to do reload and everything, and then fire my main rack. I can't fire the big wumbo gun. I don't think, but either way.
Anti-material rifle's just a heavy gun. You can just skirmish with it. Yeah.
No,
it might be
it
ordnance
is-
though.
It's ordnance.
Okay.
It's ordnance. That's
Okay,
why I can't do
gotcha.
it. So what I can do though is still just fire the vulture, and I will be at 1 heat after this, but I do need to mark overcharge. Okay, and I am going to fire the vulture. At,
Oh man, he's on the
that-
ground. He's come on. He's already
Do it.
had a bad day.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot his fucking nuts off. That's what I
You get
think.
plus
That's
one
what
against
I
him
think
because
it
he's
is.
prone.
Also,
He's
it's a
prone, so
smart
you get
because
additional
this
accuracy.
is
Oh, I
the,
get
yeah.
it. So I get 3 accuracy then. Cool.
Also,
And
you
it's
get a free
also the marked
reroll.
one. Yeah.
Oh, nice, and it's marked. And I have. You know what? Maybe I should mark this guy for death too. Maybe we should just really go for it.
Just really
Um,
fuck this guy's day up.
It does mean I can't move. Oh no, because mark for death actually. I think it's my turn. So
is
instead
that a
I'm just gonna
protocol?
shoot. It's like a weird thing, yeah.
Okay.
I am just gonna go ahead and vulture DMR.
Yeah, that's a crit.
Okay, great.
Nice.
Take
Yeah,
that
you
you
can
damage
roll
roll.
that
re-roll that
damage.
d6.
Okay.
Take the higher.
Oh, I suck.
Backslash.
Wow. No. I'm sorry.
There's also in
There you
the
go.
when you're just throwing normal dice, the fifth button on the toolbar is just various stock dice that you can one-click throw.
Okay.
Ooh,
Like that.
fancy.
Fudge.
All right.
All right. Well, yeah. 5 damage on that.
Yep. It is now. It's got a quarter of the life that it started with. It's not been having a good day. Is the long and short of it.
Okay.
All
And,
right.
Yeah, that's move, load, fire. So that's it for me.
All right. So I did make an internal rule that the spider goes first before any of the other things get to go. So like, that means that
It's a neutral
This-
faction. Makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
that thing gets to go twice? Fun.
it does get to go twice. Yes.
So I
Hey,
feel
the
like this
closest
side of the
spider right now
map
is
is
the throne.
solved and no longer inhabitable by human. We leave now.
I say we keep it as a pet.
All right.
I
Yep.
have a
That.
voice on me, but I don't know what this marker is.
I put that marker on you for you are on the roof is what it was. Are you no
Oh,
longer on the
I
roof?
am no longer on the roof. Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you. I was confused. I was like, am I an angel? Wow.
Wow.
Oh, that means you have re-raise.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right. So it's your turn. Y'all turns again.
I have a somewhat funny idea for my turn.
Yes.
Is it
Wanna
pulling
do that?
yourself out of a hole?
Like
Well,
funny,
that's-
haha.
That's step one. No, it's funny like a clown. Yeah, like, you know,
I'm funny to you?
Funny.
funny. Yeah. So first thing, I guess if that's okay, I will stand up and use my full normal movement to do that. Right.
Yep.
Boost.
Mhm.
So it's 1 to get out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna hit this with my pike.
Rude.
Um,
Come
There it
on,
is.
man. It used its explosive though.
yeah, that's why I'm mad. Come
It did
on.
its thing.
Oh, +1 accuracy because I am attacking with my melee.
That
And then
hits.
X's. All right. I guess it takes 9.
Are you
from
using
the
what
pike.
the explosive charge?
That is without an explosive charge.
Yeah. So are you using one or not?
No,
It's relevant. Okay.
I'm not. Yeah.
All right then. That is going to do almost all of its life.
Yeah, and then the Nexus only did one. So.
Mhm.
But the important thing, I guess, since I didn't, yeah, I know what you mean. Well, what I wanted to do is I'm gonna push it into this little baby jail.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna skirmish directly in front of it.
Oh, it's stuck.
It's quite stuck.
Door
And now
stuck.
this is also now within my range of my pike for threat. So,
Yep.
I could exercise you. You could be my phys ed.
all right, that's my turn. Door
Begging
stuck.
you.
Door stuck. Yep.
All right. So,
I feel like the main.
God, I can't even
concern
fire on
now-
you without also firing on its buddy now.
Yeah.
I feel like the main concern
hate
now
this.
is that when each of these pop, they're going to self-destruct, and so working out if that's acceptable damage, which for newbie probably.
I took half damage, so
Yeah, newbie
Otherwise,
actually
you
takes zero
take
damage
it
from it.
armor, so you just take 0. Yeah.
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 All right, so
Wait,
the only concern is that like
Reduced to
Kubo
1 first,
getting
then
out
halved.
of the.
So, no, never mind. It's reduced to 0 first, then halved. Sorry, reduced to 1 first, then halved, which does mean it still does 1. But it's only 1 damage for newbie.
Oh, is it armor piercing?
No,
No.
it's just that the
armor
resistance
first,
will,
then resistance.
takes after the
Yeah.
the armor, yeah.
Uh,
And you round up always, so 1 halved is still 1.
Dang, I hate to see it.
All right. I guess yeah, it's my turn first here, huh?
Mhm.
Operative leader is going to be going, and there is extremely a spider that is eating its, my men now. I need to stop that immediately. The spider is here to take up some of the shots from the operator, just so you're aware. That's the reason why the spider's here.
Spider, no.
Bonus
All right,
objective:
so
defend friend spider.
11 does hit the spider. And that does, in fact, do 7 damage to the spider. All right, and it's then going to go ahead and move, which is a teleport. Just zoop, zoop. And it's going to go ahead and... Let me see here. The operator, its ability to... His authority... Yeah, all right, quick mark. Oh, wait. Nope, that's a protocol. Can't do that one. Because I already had it fire first. All right, it's just going to boost after that then. Go here. All right, that's its first turn. Y'all go.
Should I just erase one of these gladiators?
Yeah, do the one on the left because that's not in blast range of you.
Oh, I mean, none of them will be in blast range of me because they're gonna get hit for knockback 5. But
Yeah, they're going to explode after they've been pushed away.
yeah,
They're gonna detonate
So-
over here somewhere.
I
Can
can
you
actually.
kill the one on the right that hasn't even taken structure yet, so it still has like 20 health?
The one on the right should have taken like 10 damage plus damage.
Oh, the one on the
last
right
turn.
is only... It does not have much life left in that one structure, trust me.
Oh, okay. They
Yeah,
have
so-
32 health, though. That is the thing to note.
I'm gonna move a quick step over to the left there, kind of hidden behind where it's hard to see.
Hmm.
And then we're going to shotgun him kind of diagonally down to the right into the lattice. Where
Right
do I-
into different place.
Gotta bring my sheet back up because it disappeared on me. Here it is. So shotgun time. That should have an accuracy on it because he's prone. That should
Yep.
have 2 accuracy on it actually because this gun is accurate. So sorry.
Rattle those
I
bones.
don't know why those don't.
It
no,
hits regardless, just so you know.
Okay. If that's the case, then he is going to be knocked back into that lattice stuff. So he takes the 1d6 plus. So yeah, so it's 4 damage minus however many armor he has. He's knocked back into there, so he takes an additional d6 just for that happening. He has to roll a whole save.
Yes, and on top of that, it loses its Maul Fist. So, there we go. Hull save. It is already prone, so it's like not that this is going to be super relevant here, and it still failed.
So that's an additional d6. Then I get my little free action pistol. That's a crit. Is 1d3 up here? It is not. I got to do that manually again.
You just press the d6 and, cut it in half. Hey, that
That's
does
true.
an additional 2 damage.
Okay. And then it's getting the hammer. It's no accuracy on that since it's prone, but it's inaccurate, so that looks like it's a miss.
Wait, which one's that on?
That was on Gladiator 1.
Dang.
All right, yeah, fair.
That was max damage too, but it's with fucking 3.
Man,
Oh, it's unfortunate.
Jesus Christ, that could do a lot of
Oh, no.
damage.
It wasn't the marked one either, was it?
No.
No.
You hate to see it.
One
Oh, well.
of these days, reroll.
Hey, newbie.
What's
At the
up?
start, this is a new turn. You could have given Kuvo a die for that, because you've not used that yet. If you want to retroactively do that, feel free. I'd like to
Yeah.
see it possibly hit. It's not
Yeah,
incredibly
roll-
likely
roll-
to. You have to roll a 5 or 6 to do it, but
Roll 1 accuracy die. Wait, how does that not have any accuracy? Oh, because it's inaccurate in the prone. Right.
It's inaccurate, but it's prone, so they wash. So it's
Yeah.
just the dice.
Roll 1 accuracy die.
That's
I-
1d6.
Yeah.
unfortunate. 6 is not a. If 6 is not the 8, you need to hit them.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
Oh well.
Hate to miss someone on the ground.
I was getting happy with that. So I think that's everything. I moved. I fired 2 different racks. Yeah. That's
Okay.
my turn. And I can't
All right.
make myself. Oh, there it is. It's really hard to click myself behind him.
So the operator leader over here is going to go ahead and order the Strider to boost as it's one of its quick actions, because that's a thing it can do. It is still through difficult terrain, so it's not like it gets to move far, but it does get to move. And then on top of that, I'm going to have operative leader over here. Yeah,
Wait,
it's going to
so-
go ahead and
Is this its third turn?
this is its second turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll mark it here after that. And then it's going to move into the swamp here, and that's fine. No, it's not, because that's going to put it outside of soft cover. And then it's going to fire onto the predator over here. It just kind of like zooped a little bit over to the edge here.
Everybody just
Several people are aiming.
That's another hit. That's another 7 damage on the spider. Does not do a structure damage to the spider, so piss. All right, your turn.
Doesn't do a structure damage to the spider, blowing off its leg.
That's a
Do you have
possible
Nibby
result.
left?
It slows it.
Who hasn't gone in our turn? Is it?
I believe it's just me. Okay.
Yeah.
Administer the stomps.
Well, anyway, I started slashing as the prone man next to me that I could easily end.
Oh my God.
Why does this
None
keep
of you hit
happening to me?
You have an accuracy, they're prone, remember.
Oh, right.
I roll the accuracy die. So just roll 1d6 and hope you get 4 higher.
That's a 50-50. That's a 50-50 that works.
Hey.
All right.
So,
So what,
2 is dead.
2 is dead? Yes, 2 is dead. Congratulations.
All
He
right.
Takes 1 damage.
I take 1 damage.
4 damage from the explosion?
You take 1 damage from the explosion.
Well, no,
Whoa.
Unknown Gladiator 1 would take some, right?
I don't think they're in range.
Nope, they're not.
it doesn't
They're
look
not
like he was in
adjacent.
range.
They're not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They would have been, but Kuvo pushed it out of the way.
It is very hard for me to tell range with shapes with robots sometimes. I apologize.
That's completely fair. It's a little loosey-goosey on these. I do have an internal like positioning on it. This one is currently like this.
Something I've seen with other folks. visuals for this, consider having like a background, just flat color hex shape of their footprint.
That is a completely fair thing for me to do. It is also an additional level of work on making these tokens that I've been avoiding doing.
Hey, Kuvo, you have this guy under control, right?
Should be, yeah.
Yeah, okay, hello. I'm moving down here.
Didn't Gladiator 1 lose his claw attack?
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Well,
so
Oh,
he's...
did both of them lose it?
Right. No, Gladiator 2 lost its fist, not its claw.
Oh. Well, I mean, he's still on the ground, so...
Yeah, it can't react to you anyway right now, so don't worry about it.
Can I? What's the? Oh my god, my brain has forgotten the word for attacking with 2
The answer
mounts.
is probably overcharge and then yes.
Barrage.
If you want.
Can you barrage? Can you attack like barrage, but in a skirmish move skirmish?
No.
I believe you're allowed
Okay.
to... No? Okay. The barrage has to be against the same target then?
I'm pretty sure on that. Let me
Okay.
look real quick.
I
Because most
believe
of
it.
the rules say that you can basically, attack at any point in your movement.
To barrage, choose your weapons and either one target or different targets within range, and then make an attack with each weapon.
Yeah, but
There
you
you
have
go.
to do it
So,
before.
unless you read that as both attacks need to happen at the same time.
It does seem like you might have to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, the water's difficult terrain, right?
Do you have an EVA module?
Yes.
Then no, it's not.
All right, hello. Yeah, that's movement right there. That's going from 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, too far.
Zoop.
There we go. All right. Hey, buddy. Sure looks like you were trying not to come out of the forest here. It'd be a shame if somebody knocks you too as I overcharge to fire my missile.
Okay.
And take 3 heat. Big heat. Yeah,
I do notice that you are in the danger zone.
Anyway. Hello.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
All right. So 1, 2. He is there now. Also, he's
Out of-
marked.
All right then. This is what I was using for your mark.
Big thumbs up over to moral hazard.
Yeah, I read you.
Yeah, not bad.
As
Mark for death is a little too slow because it does take a full action, so I wouldn't be able to do that and then fire. So I'll probably
Now, round 4 out of 6. Can
Actually,
we
that's-
all drop enough heat on this guy to do the thing?
well, hold that thought because non-refundable's about to have a real bad day.
Yes.
I am in soft cover though.
All right, so it's my turn. Yeah. I can't fire on you actually and do wombo damage with this strider. You're actually too close.
Ugh.
But that does mean that I get to swap over to the skirmisher setup, and that makes that the strider becomes invisible. That's fun.
Oh, cool. That guy's within 8 movements of me.
Knife.
Yeah, so invis over here. It only gets moved to. That's okay. On. That's not quite right. Let me see here. Swapping is a protocol. Okay.
Hey, small claims, you got any way to like make this dude take bonus heat if he does anything?
I might have code for that.
You have a code for that?
Oh,
Okay.
reposition.
Is
It
there
gets to
any
move
way-
an additional for free. Okay.
Is there any way we can interact with said code to also help make this thing overheat as fast as possible?
For my part, I can get maybe 4 heat onto him right away, and then 2 if he attacks. 2 per attack if he attacks.
So I think
All right,
I only
newbie.
have, what, like
Hey.
normal invade tech check?
9.
The ties win.
Ties are hits.
Ties are attackers hit. Yes.
Well.
All
Okay,
right.
see
Good
it.
news. You are larger than the Strider, so the knockback does not work. You do take 3 damage through your armor, and that's it.
Whew. You'll love that.
Oh,
for
that's
your
not
armor.
bad. You ain't even taken a structure yet.
Yeah, you're getting close, but you haven't taken a structure yet. All right, Strider has used its move and done its thing. It is currently invisible, though. This does not go away for being for attacking. All right, so anyone not gone yet, or is it just
I think it is.
Is it just me?
Grounded gladiator is you, and that is it. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay.
gladiator and
The
the termite
engineer as
already
well.
acted, right?
Has the engineer gone?
Oh yeah,
No,
the
He has
it's
not.
engineer.
Blew up or something.
Which
Oh.
you
No,
know,
the
the engineer
engineer is
wants to
not
do a
killed.
thing, so it needs to take its medicine
Hmm?
in the form of. Let's just pop this one. Hey,
All
Now that's
right.
I
easy.
can't
it
believe it
can
has
save
one
to
health.
try and half that damage.
Yes, I believe it has a penalty to this. I believe it was a penalty to this. Yes, -1.
Save
7. That's a
target
miss, so it takes the full
is
damage.
12. Yes,
One
so-
health.
and that also is enough to break the turret that it was next to.
Yes, it is. Right. It is going to furiously and terrifiedly place a new turret down. As like, oh my god, get this thing out! I'm terrified.
Put everything possible in Path of Spider.
Yes, and then it's going to go ahead and move with. You don't get to move very far, do you? You have movement 3. Well, well, it tries, and well, there it is. It moved as far away as it could.
What
That
do
is
tech
quick
attacks do,
movement.
by the way, is tech attack like against? What is that against?
E-defense.
Defense.
E-defense. Okay.
And it's going to fire on this, because it can still do that. That's going to be a whiff. It fails to hit the spider.
That's what you get
Well-
for trying to hurt friend Spider.
All right, finally, Gladiator, get back up. Get back up and give pushing up daisies a shit. It's stuck. Well, I'm going to, I guess, allow the attack of like the Overwatch to hit.
Yup. That
So
was what
you
I
go
was
first.
planning. All right.
We're just gonna stab it through this lattice.
They're using a spear. You
Oh,
poke
I
it through
missed.
the holes.
I missed.
That is a miss. Yes.
Oh,
Thank
that
goodness.
was funny.
Yeah, worth
All
a
right.
try.
And now it's gonna punch you. That's gonna be a miss. That's a super strong, good ass, true miss.
He winds
Well.
up for this giant haymaker, and it just goes about 10 feet over my head.
Oh no, he's short.
Fistless. Well, you did your move, Gladiator. Also, you were impaired, so this was going to be with a penalty anyway. Whoops, my bad. All right, so it was a 1. It was a 1 actually.
Cool punch.
And I think that's everyone. Yeah.
Did the termite
Oh
get-
wait, termite.
The,
Termite
the
doesn't.
termite-
The termite who is in the corner.
Currently in
Bloop.
gay baby jail, yeah.
Bloop, it's gonna try and fire on you because it's the only thing it can do.
Okay.
Pull the ripcord, detonate your robot.
Nope.
Nope.
Nothing. You know, it's going to do a barrage, and it's going to improvised attack you as well. Which is to say, it's going to try and just beam you with the butt of its gun. All right, improvised attacks are just a. It's just your. It would just be the license tier, the tier of this one. So just
the
plus
improvised
1.
attack is a full action on its own.
Never mind then. Good point. All right. Actually, it doesn't do anything. It can't move, and it can't even make additional. It's gonna lock onto you. That's its thing. It does.
There we go.
You're just standing right there. It's like, okay, I know you're right there. I got it now.
I'm asserting my authority. All right.
Okay, now everything is gone. It is time for the next turn. Let's roll the board.
Please don't roll 3.
3.
I-
Everything in there is threatened with lightning. That means it's going to be
Piss.
Bottom left corner. All right.
I mean, it just means you have
that
to move. It's
is-
fine. You can still move and clear heat. You're good.
All right. Or I can keep the heat.
Now we have a bunch
alright.
more AoEs to try and throw nerds into.
Also, yeah, newbie, it's AoE damage, right?
It is, yeah.
Resist lightning. Yeah.
You would take 1 damage from it max because it does 4 damage.
Actually, I like being in the lightning. I say.
Hey, Boix, can you finish off this gladiator so I can get a free movement out of here?
I think I can, yeah.
Do you want to take 4 damage?
I would like to take a big shot on the big man before he tries to move away out of my line of sight, if at all possible.
Yeah, I feel like if we have an alpha strike on Boss Man,
Yeah.
that is priority action.
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
That's what I want to go for here. All right, great. So I am specifically going to use crack shot, rank 1 and 2. So steadying my aim for 1 accuracy, and then give away the accuracy by being a dumbass and aiming for a crit. And then
Hey, what if I gave you an accuracy on top of that, though?
I mean, that's fine. Plus, I'm using my anti-material, which is a rifle, and also it's accurate. So yeah,
Or-
we end up with.
Or if you feel confident, you can hold on to that for an extra d6 damage.
Yeah, let's do that because I already.
Oh, we have the
think
free
I
reroll,
actually-
too.
And I have a free reroll. Plus, I have a reroll naturally via Neuralink. So let's just. Yeah, how about I just shoot it regular style, and if it hits, we say goodbye. Like that's what I'm feeling. First roll. Let's go.
That does hit. But you might want to try and go for the crit.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and roll. I can Neuralink roll or newbie roll. If I Neuralink roll, Neuralink is like my final one because I have to stick with it. So I'm gonna roll with newbie's reroll first.
It is the same thing for my reroll. Also, you can only use my reroll on a miss.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that means you want to do the Neuralink reroll first, because that could become a miss and therefore let you do it again. There you go. There's the crit you're looking for.
All right.
Structure check.
It's already max
And
damage.
already, yeah.
It's max damage, which is cool, but also since I did declare crack shot, it also does a bonus 1d6, and also newbie did give me that dice for damage, so it does another 1d6. So I'm gonna roll.
So roll your
another
additional
2d6 real
2d6.
quick.
Yep.
Uh huh.
There's
22 damage.
Christ. All right, so you
Moral hazard
immediately-
returns the thumbs up.
All right, so you immediately plow through 2 of its structure.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Fuck.
give me a sec to. All right, so that's a systems 1. Sorry, that's a weapon. Okay, it loses a weapon. That loses a system as well. Those are both weapons.
Priority override, break target over your fucking knee. Fracture entire ass.
Okay. I do have one thing I just remembered about. The operator is currently invisible, so you have to make a 50-50 as well.
Oh, is he? I thought you
I
said
forgot
only
about that
the-
until just now.
Oh, you only said the little guy was invisible. Oh, damn. Okay.
Here's the
Well.
thing. You know, I forgot about it until you made the attack. That's on me. Never mind. And that destroyed that and also its gun. So there's that.
We'll just say I shot the stealth off before it got turned on. We'll just
Yes, that's fair.
We'll just say that's the canon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that was also just a skirmish.
Yeah, that was just shot 1. Well, anyway, Here comes Vulture.
Anyway, I started blasting.
I continued blasting, if we're being honest. Where's that at?
Oh shit! I also forgot to reveal the final entry into the fight. Whoops, that's my bad. Anyway, here's this guy.
What?
That's okay. I
I
can
guess
just knock
that's
him
four.
down.
Don't worry about it.
And I core siphoned, so it is only 1 accuracy on this. Okay, that's a 5. I feel like that's less likely to hit.
Reroll.
You have only used one of your rerolls.
Sick. Well,
Yeah,
how
it's
does
another
that
crit.
do?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that also gets another 1d6 bonus damage because of crack shot.
You also get to reroll that d6 there to to be not a 1.
Yeah, so I'm gonna roll that 1d6, and then I'm
fun
going to
note.
roll another 1d6.
Fun note about whatever you roll here does
Yes.
kill it no matter what.
Hoo-ha! Gibraltar!
Yeah, so you did a total of, let's see here, 33 damage. 33 damage.
Yes,
Yeah,
damage.
all right. Hell of a turn.
Yeah, it's pretty good, I guess. Zoop.
Oh, I have to take 1 heat for using my vulture. 1 second. Let me.
That's
for me.
important.
Yeah, let me remember. I have
So, I feel like the natural thing to say here after that having occurred, other than fuck, is how close are we to the folks who would have had to leave early?
I can go for at least like another 40 minutes without no issue.
All right, so let's probably finish up the rest of this round then. See what further damage can occur.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that how it was supposed to play out anyway? The leader down, it ends at the end of this turn.
It's technically it ends on the start of round 5 because lightning damage could theoretically happen, but more or less yes.
All right, let's play
But
it
lightning strike will happen at and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Anyway,
The
That's
leader
fun.
goes down. Non-refundable just slowly turns and stares at the Strider. Hello.
out. Spider.
yeah, Spider will just go ahead and consume that, and then boom, 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 boom. Engineer buddy. Well,
Friend Spider.
About to have a bad time.
Engineer buddy is definitely about to have a bad time. God damn, that was that is an enemy that had 30 life.
Yeah, sorry, we rolled kind of stupid.
You just
We kind of rolled dumb on that one. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It kind of makes sense that to be fair, you did exactly in your previous turn, you did exactly 1 damage to a termite, and like that was like the best you did. So like karmically you had to get the inverse of that in the same encounter, right? Like
That's expected value right there.
I can't wait to get this rail gun so I can do it to 4 people at once.
Sorry,
Though. That's gonna be hilarious. Huh?
If you have not seen this piece of art, please click the Lancer chat.
Oh yeah.
it's extremely good, Dubs. It's extremely good. All right, it's your turn because my rules were that Spider gets to go twice in a row, basically. But you get to go before it does.
All right, so I feel like as I am once again directly in the path of the Doom Spider, I would like to take the wheel.
Yeah, I agree.
Seeing as the anti-aircraft gun is about to have its head bit off, let's get airborne.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Let's go up. Say,
Spiders
just,
cannot jump. This is known.
As far as we know, this spider has yet to demonstrate the ability to jump. So I've just had a die on the table in front of me to keep track of my altitude. Bit of experimental 3D movement. So let's just say I'm going to do my regular move straight up 7. Then I will boost over to there. But, upwise. Mark there. And, the other one in midair. Just in case anything is going to try and yump.
Yeah. The yumping moves. of the spider.
And let's just quickly, no need to be fancy here. I'll just tag a lock on onto Unknown Gladiator over there. Just zoop in and all arms pointing directly. You!
You're the ringleader. No, you're not. The ringleader's dead.
Get back in the
Just
fridge.
flying over the smoking crater that used to be their leader and just pointing, you're next.
All right. Just to... While you're doing that, gonna go ahead and just, yeah, you're destroyed. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is just outside of the range of the flora, actually. So, it actually gets to boost, though, too, at the same time. It is moved through here, so I'm gonna go ahead and make it do its hull save to get stopped and attacked by this or not.
I would think the spider would be smart enough not to go near the vines.
It succeeds, so it's no big anyway.
Yeah.
I stand by that the spider eats the vines.
It can't hit you. You are above it, but it is on its path eastwise.
If only the spider had some sort of projectile thing that it could use.
Don't
Magic?
Oh wait, shit,
don't
does
say
it?
that. Don't remind
Dark-
it.
Oh yeah, that
we don't know
reminded
what
me.
weapons it
That's
has.
spittle. It does have that.
I am invisible.
Why would
though.
the giant spider not have reach? Like y'all have played games, right?
Yeah. Also, it did attack already, so it's not like it actually. It
Don't remind the
attacked, moved, and
spider
boost. It's
that
you're
it
good.
has AA tech.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me about that. The spider has AA attack.
Some
All
sort
right.
of
Y'all
web.
turn. It's your turn, by the way.
And right,
Yeah.
turn marker. Forgot that.
I have an
Alright.
idea for a move.
Go
Someone
for
throw
it.
the spider. Someone throw somebody into the spider.
I am going to hold up. We gotta see where am I here? 1, 2. Hello, sir.
Is that guy invisible?
Yes,
he
it
is.
is.
Yeah, he went to skirmish mode and turned invisible.
Does invisible mean I just have no idea where he is? Though?
Invisible means
No, you have a 50-50
50-50
chance to hit.
Okay,
chance.
cool. Yeah, I ain't going anywhere else.
You have entered a threat range of 3, but with how that works, it doesn't get to Overwatch on you, right?
I
Yeah,
was
it's
already
on
in the threat
exit,
range.
not on
It
entry.
it entered. It put me in the threat range. I was already in the threat range.
Okay, yeah.
Because I only moved 2 spaces.
Mhm.
Hey, how do grapples work?
Oh, starting a move in threat provokes Overwatch. So
Oh, then that means it would get to fire on you anyway, then.
Go for it.
All right.
Yeah, it happens when you start the move, if anything else would.
hate to
That
see
is
it.
going to hit. It
Yeah.
does 3 damage, which is going to force you to do 1 structure.
Okay.
Go back
and
up to 13 and do a d6 roll.
Is that bad?
That is a direct hit. You are stunned until the end of your next turn.
Oh.
Damn.
So you go back to where you were because it started at the beginning of your move, right? When you
I
start
suppose
your
so.
move,
Yeah, because it hit you
Overwatch.
on the way in
Yeah.
from the Overwatch. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
dang.
Dang.
I was gonna grab it so it couldn't get out of the lightning range.
Good news is that I don't think it's going to be able to anyway.
Well,
Anyway.
I suppose that is my turn.
Does the lightning care if it's invisible?
No, it doesn't.
Cool. Just checking.
This is me. This is how I feel right now.
All right. I'm gonna push Amp Daisies. There's nothing anyone can do about it. All right.
Huh?
Gonna punch
the
you.
fistless one.
It's
Sure,
got a
give it a
claw.
shot.
So this one has a claw still. The other one does not. So I guess it's
Crunch
gonna rake at you. That is a hit.
Sure.
All right. So with how the gladiators work, with hydraulic claw, this is only 3 damage, just so you're aware.
Is that with or
But
without
you are
armor?
automatically grappled. Is how this works.
Does that count with armor? Damage.
It's not armor piercing, so you just take the
So just 1 damage then.
1 damage, yeah. Oh shit, actually, without the fist, this sucks. Wow.
You have pulled pushing daisies closer. You have made an error.
What is the deal with grapple?
Your movement becomes 0 basically.
Oh, that's fine.
I think, anyways. And then you can try to break out of the grapple with like an opposed check, but
Wait, if you shoot it and push it back 5 and are still in grapple, can you shoot it and then ride it like a skateboard, like Dante from Devil May Cry?
You count as immobilized. Neither of us can boost or take reactions, and we're both engaged. I could move and drag you. Is the
Grapple
idea?
ends when either character breaks adjacency, such as if knocked back by another effect.
Oh, so if I knock him back, then he's...
Yeah, that'll just break the grip.
yeah.
So use any of the guns on your mech.
Can I ram
Using
with the
fist
grapple?
was- There's nothing saying you can't.
Yeah, so that's easy then. Okay. Good choice, dude.
I still get to move you though, so I'm gonna do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna hold you over into the water, I guess. Oh wait, no, you're closer to the spider now. Yeah, there it is.
That's fine.
Are you gonna stone cold stunner him? Like, where's this going?
I got a question though. If he started his move, he started his turn in my Overwatch range, right?
I guess so, yeah.
So don't I get like a reaction on that?
You do, yes. If that is how it worked, then yes, you absolutely get to shoot him because of that.
Okay, well I'm gonna do that then, because I don't want to be next to the spider if I don't have to.
Yeah, let me go ahead and move you back just in case. Let's see if this is a whiff or not.
Put the accuracy on the shotgun like it should have.
Okay, so did it have to move before attempting the grip?
No, it didn't.
All right, so
Yeah,
so
we
the order
were
of
Jason.
operations here is it grabbed you. You can't take reactions while you are grabbed. Then it was free to move over.
So
But
Overwatch
it started
doesn't-
its turn in the Overwatch, though.
But
the
it
thing.
didn't
So-
start moving.
Yeah,
in the
it's
red
not-
zone.
It's when you
That is
start
what
your
provokes
move.
Overwatch.
I see. Okay, yeah, then he moved me over to the left, I guess.
Okay, yeah, all right.
This is a response to being threatened. Grab and wrestle.
All right. Now it's your turn, though, which you still get to do this thing,
Yes.
basically.
Now on your
The
own
spider's
turn, you
turn's
can
done,
use it.
right? Like it can't move anymore.
Spider's
this
turn
round?
is done, yes,
Oh,
correct.
so I don't really care about him then.
Knock him into the lightning.
Hey,
I'm still grappled.
Can
Let
you
me
knock
read
back that size 4 guy? Can you go fuck with the size 4
That's what I
guy?
wanted to do. I
No,
wanted to knock the size 4
actually,
guy
you
around.
cannot. You cannot. It is the only thing that you can. Your Caliban lets you put things up to size 3.
Oh,
That is
really?
how it is written. Yes.
Yeah, it counts as a
Saddest shit I ever
size
seen.
3. Yeah, that's
No
real
bully.
sad.
Size 4 is the one thing you can't push. Everything
Please,
else
no
you
bully.
can.
What if we had 2 Calibans?
So I can either knock him back or make a whole chit. Say, well, why would I do that as a free action when I can just ram?
Stack 2 Caliban's on top of each other.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna straight up ram this guy because there's no reason that says I can't.
Yeah, go for it.
Make sure that's off.
That is a whiff.
Okay, that didn't work. Then I'm going to.
It's
do-
currently locked on though. You can actually use that that accuracy if you want.
Sure, why not? That's a D6, right? Nope.
That is actually still a whiff. Yeah.
So I guess then I will try using the shotgun. I'm at disadvantage since I'm in melee with him. Actually, he pushed me away, didn't? No, we're still Jason.
We're both engaged is the idea, which means I don't think you get a penalty.
Okay. Well, then with accuracy, then it's time to
Because
shotgun.
the shotgun is a weapon with a threat range, which I think is what
Yes.
defines it as not getting a penalty when in melee.
Yeah, it has both threat and cone. So. Oh, hi.
Okay, that's a crit. There you go. You got it. You got what you needed.
So he's gonna get knocked back to 6, since that is a critical hit. Also, I do maximum possible. I'm gonna do maximum possible damage on this. So that is a what? D6. So that's 6 plus 2. So 8 damage. He gets pushed back 6. I'm going straight back into the lattice. So he's flying over there.
Why do you do maximum possible damage with this?
I have Predator is brutal first tier on a roll of 20.
On a
That-
roll of 20.
Oh,
this
shit,
is a
you're
roll
right,
of 16. Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, actual
It
net
was still
20.
a crit. Feel free to re-roll the d6 though. There you go. Yeah, actually, that you know what that makes this do?
Explode.
Exactly 7 damage, which is what life it had left.
Can I knock it back? It knocks back first before it explodes, right?
Yeah, suppose so.
Okay, so he's going over to the lattice over there, mainly so I can follow him.
Okay, fair.
I'll just take the damage, I don't care. How much is it?
What damage would you be taking?
Didn't he explode? I thought we took damage when he
Oh,
explodes.
right, yeah, it takes... That's right, sorry, yeah, 4. It's 4. It does respect armor, though, so you only
So
take 2.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
So I did 2 quick actions there, and then I'm just going to do my standard move. 3, 4.
And if you wanted to make an agility save as well, you could actually take half of that.
Was that just a 20?
Yeah, and actually, if you took half of it, it would do nothing. So, versus a save target of 11, so that's actually a whiff.
My agility,
take the
sorry, that's
damage.
+2, right?
Oh, then yeah, that would work.
Yeah, that'd be 12. Sorry, I didn't add that on.
You take 0 damage then from the explosion.
Cool, cool.
Hmm.
I think that's it, though. So I'm done.
It was a pretty good turn.
I just wanted to go after the big guy.
Speaking of the big guy, it goes last, so it's not going to go ahead and do that. So, Strider, you want to swap your gun again, I think. Yes, you're going to go ahead and swap back over to the marksman kit. And it's going to go ahead and fire. And the benefit of swapping for the marksman kit means that it gets to fire it without it being ordnance, basically. And it does get to move out of the range of the lightning. Ugh. You know, you've got a lock on Middle Management Blues.
It's true.
2 accuracy, to fire upon you. That's a whiff.
All right.
Well, good move, Strider. Good move. All right, y'all's turn. Is there anyone who has not gone yet?
I think I'm the last one.
Okay.
I'm kind of wondering if we should keep this guy just chilling here so we can take him as a hostage, or if he's just going to kill himself when all of his friends are dead.
If they all have self-destructs, I think we're not in a prisoner-taken situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just poke him.
I'm gonna use one of my Blade Master dice to feint the enemy, which means that I am no longer engaged and I don't provoke reactions to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a free action. Boop. I'm gonna move away from it.
Okay.
Actually,
And then you're gonna stab him.
yeah. Is this 3 away? Yeah. There we go. And then I'm gonna stab him down.
All you have to do is 1 damage.
So for that movement, I'll boost also, so that I get my extra d6
Yeah.
for my melee. Here we go. There we go.
Yeah, that's a crit. So,
Goodbye,
Oh, yeah, I can-
termite.
Reroll the 1d6 too, I guess, or 1d3.
I loved him.
this is actually relevant.
There we go.
Oh, wait, no, it wasn't. That's right. You did a minimum of... okay, yeah. You did exactly 1 damage in that.
I did 1 damage with that, yeah, because the.
That is all that needed to happen. Zoop, burst into plasma.
And then afterwards, I can move. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the rest of my movement.
Are you sure
Hi.
you want to enter the lightning zone?
Into the lightning?
Oh, that's a bad idea. I'm just gonna go chill in my Yamcha hole.
Lightning can't hit you if you're below ground level. Taps head.
There we go. I'm gonna chill in the Yamcha hole. And...
That's cover.
Anyway,
that's tactics.
Yeah.
the actual spider's turn.
There we go.
The
Spider
big boy's
2.
turn. Yeah.
Big boy.
All right, so the big boy can only move 2 is the way how it works on that. It does, however, have an enormously far range, so there's that about it.
All right. What's he gonna do?
All right. It's going to barrage, use its fire-linked batteries to fire on 2 different targets of pushing up daisies and the spider, just because they happen to be like in a straight line. It doesn't do a line of attack here, but it's it's the attack that makes the most sense when it comes from something that's an AI piloting this. So there's that. All right, so it does this twice. That is a hit on pushing up daisies, I believe.
How much damage can it do?
And that's a hit on the spider as well. I believe these are bursts. These are not. Okay, these are just 2 different, 2 big hits. All right. These both do 8 damage.
Oof.
Man,
which is
the
going to
Strider
go
did
ahead
more
and-
damage than this thing.
That does 6 to pushing up daisies.
Thinking about.
Wait, why does it do 6 pushing up daisies?
Because they have 2 armor.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
And-
Oh shit, little man got armor! Oh shit, little guy got armor too! Nice little man, nice armor!
Stay safe, giant spider.
Oh, you got 2 armor? Good stuff!
Predator, you got a... Is that a 2 I rolled? That's a dismemberment.
No!
It loses like half of its legs. It is now slowed for the rest of the scene.
Oh, poor
Stay
armor.
safe.
Also
Giant
takes
spider.
an additional 3 damage.
Poor spider.
All right, and that is the end of this turn, I believe. Yeah.
Lightning.
Yes, it is.
Lightning!
The lightning strikes, which
take
is
1
just going
damage.
to automatically hit non-frontal deposit and do 1 damage. Yes. All right. And
How much damage
because
does the
that was
Strider take?
the Strider takes none. It did move out of the way.
Wait.
It got to move 2, which was enough. That's all it needed to do.
Okay. So it's not just being in the zone; it's being next to the things. Okay, I see.
You have to be in the zone. It moved out of the zone.
Well, no. It, like the things that you were putting down, the little lights.
Yes.
Yes, it's a burst around the lights. I see. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
I thought it was just
and
being
with
in the
that-
quadrant.
With that, the fighting is going to cease as the Strider notices that it is the only one that is theoretically piloted by a person as far as you or anyone is aware, and does in fact set itself to meltdown and self-destruct, as it is clear that this combat is not going to work. And it gives the order to do the same to the sweeper. And the spider, having lost its limbs, is going to flee in terror now.
Stay
Rip
safe,
spider.
giant spider.
I loved him.
And yeah, there you go. At the end of round 4, the fight concluded because you fucking one-shot the boss.
Sorry. Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
That's
You-
sad.
you did it-
Sorry.
Look,
No,
when
don't be
when
sorry.
Ty-
You did it legit. You got it. You got it for legit. It's fine.
When
that
Ty
was
and
a
me
pretty fucked
team
up
up, we
story.
can do a lot of damage.
If,
Like you heard me describe that thing, right? Like how I had I was talking like 5 minutes straight. How everything I described about it was scary. Well,
Yeah.
I find it's great that Ty blew its fucking head off in one shot, which is funny as hell. But if that didn't happen, I was going to ram it into the floor there, which was great. So
Yeah.
also, I like that this giant, like fucking size 4, armored core ass mobile armor shows up, shoots me once, and then blows itself up.
yes.
Dude,
Hey,
Look. Yeah.
It was it was a enemy Titan RPV. What? It happens. It was size 4, but it wasn't that big of a deal otherwise. If you had done half of its life and damage, it would have also just exploded a little bit. Only a little.
Good math.
Yeah. Storm is going to go ahead and like the hands on his hips and like look at Moral Hazard, especially like that was a good shot. Don't see shots like that every day.
No, you don't. Sometimes sometimes you shoot at the tiny little guy and it does nothing, even though you use every gun you have on the thing. And then other times you shoot the big guy and they go down.
That isn't that how it always works. Well, fine work, everyone. That is one of the best rescues I've ever witnessed or been part of. Not the first time. Hopefully, won't be the last time.
I asked Hearth, do we have spider insurance on our mechs? Is that a thing?
I don't think we took any damage from the spider.
No, unfortunately.
Poor spider, got its legs blown off.
I mean, unfortunately, I have to call the home office because look at this. As he's gesturing to like the like heat fucking melted hole in his shoulder. God, the luckiest shot that guy had.
It was a pretty good shot.
Yeah, so did we get footage of that? Because we got to figure out who those dudes are, because it's kind of weird that these elite guys are just kind of showing up.
I tried something new. I added a bunch of Dutch angles to every shot, but yeah, we got it. We got it.
I think you should put off some color gradients on those too, with the Dutch angles.
Woo! Now we're talking.
Actually, now that you got me thinking of Dutch angles, did we get the shot of when I knocked over those two guys? Because then it'd be like that Battlefield Earth movie with the cow falling over.
Oh, I'm going to
Imagine
be
if
selling
you got
that.
a shot and you cut it of just pushing up Daisy, slamming over two robots, knocking them both prone.
Like-
And then across the horizon, a shot rings out, and an operator just blows up on the spot.
Yeah.
This is an incredible ad.
I'm gonna sell this to bowling alleys across the universe. You don't understand?
Just the strike
of the
animation.
century. Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually, I'm kind of wishing, like, I gotta get, like, line these dudes up in a triangle now and chain reaction this shit.
Yes.
Like a size 2 and the 2 size 1s.
Start the
Wow.
reaction.
The big brain move is the eventual situation where you hit me into somebody else.
We
Well,
could do
you've
that, yeah.
Everyone here has definitely proven themselves as I would love to work alongside you one day. And like that's Storm saying that, tapping shoulder on Desperado, and like then kind of morphing a little bit and deciding to fly away because apparently he could just do that at any time.
It just well, goodbye.
My work here is done.
He didn't want to abandon the other two while he was the only one around.
I'm assuming he's doing the right thing, finding us some sort of transportation off Superflora, but
Oh yeah, he'll do that incidentally. Mostly he's fucking off though.
Yeah. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
fine day's work, everyone. I look forward to getting off of this planet.
what mech types are Desperado and Bitwise? Do we know that? Or
They are
customs?
not player mechs, so
Oh, they're just
they're
customs.
Bitwise is a goblin-like hacker mech, but
I
is
see.
size 1 as opposed to size half. Desperado is a Sherman-like, just kind of decent at everything one. The blue lightning over there is the white glint from Arbor Core 4.
Hell yeah.
It's very fast and is able to fly.
This planet must be hell for Clarkson, the planet that has like double gravity.
As long as he stays in the mech where he has inertial control, it's fine. Under no circumstances is Clarkson leaving the mech on this planet.
There's
feels
a
like
series
double
of
gravity.
rings. There's a series of rings spinning around Clarkson at all times that keep him happy. If they stop
Yeah.
spinning, it causes problems.
Does he have like low bone density because of the null G?
Almost certainly, right? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. That's the kind of stuff that Spacer would be disadvantaging you on.
it's like if you were almost anyone who would be born in space, like to a long line of people who are all born in space, you're probably all unnaturally and like terrifyingly tall, but also ultra lanky, and your bones suck a lot.
Go watch Planet Test.
pretty great.
Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this map, because I enjoyed making this one a lot.
It's a
Yeah,
shame
this
that
one
the
was fun.
lightning couldn't be more of a thing, but you know.
Yeah, that was just, random rolls. I didn't want to make it happen on everywhere on the map.
I extremely like spider problems occurring though.
Spider problem was pretty good. Just like, oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, Spider was a fun threat to help like throttle how fast the map escalated.
Spider is just a prototype Enkidu. We know what you're thinking.
And having more environmental stuff because we have 3 mechs that push and pull was very good because we were able to push and pull people into problems.
Yeah. I gave you some walls. I wanted to have that stuff happen. I feel like this was like the first map I think I had a good balance of high threat enemy and a lower threat enemy to balance it out. Oh, there you go. Anyway, actually, before we move off, would someone give me another investigation roll on this entire ship situation going on? You can justify it however you want, of whatever you're looking for. Before we move out,
Since it is remains of a spacecraft, I'll assert that I should have 1 accuracy on a quick hack and fix.
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
This belongs in space.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
So, the curiosity of you kind of gets to you after you realize, oh, this is a spaceship. Damn. And you realize over here in the corner, it's hard to notice, but there's actually an open part of water in here that you can dive into. And Small Claims, being an AVA suited up anti-gravity mech, is actually also extremely good at diving into the water. And a little bit deep in there, you spot a logo kind of in a corner there of Harrison Armory.
Ooh, can we
It's
look
a
around
Harrison
for any...
Armory ship.
They normally have some nice mechs and stuff. Can we look around for that?
Who owned the derelict that we were on?
That was a planetary owned thing by the Platimir Baron, barony.
Okay.
Is what it is.
Yeah, like a mining outpost.
Yes.
Gonna take a high detail scan of that logo, see if we can get a sense of how old this wreck is.
Yeah, fair.
This present day Harrison Armory or vintage Harrison Armory?
Harrison Armory is the youngest of the corporations as well. It was formed relatively
Yeah,
recently.
I guess they didn't engage in that branding until they got kicked out of the committee.
Yeah, pretty much. As they are leftover SecCom, shenanigans there. But yeah, there you go. There's a little bit of a crumb for you. A singular 1 crumb off that
What would a
loaf
bunch of heavily
plot.
armed weirdos want out of a Harrison Armory derelict?
That's right. It's a narrative game.
A little bit.
I wonder.
Bad.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Next time, license
So-
level 3.
Yes, license level 3 has occurred. So will be able to upgrade your mechs. You have your first core bonus available to you, unless you choose a. Well, no, yeah, you get your first core bonus available to you.
It might be a
And
generic
on
core
top of
bonus.
that-
It might be a specialty.
And
Oh,
on
so we're
top of
going
that,
up. It's time to get crazy.
it's time. Yeah, it's time to max out a mech, and then next time find a new mech to start to work on.
Next time.
Next time.